Let me start my thing first.
Let me start my thing first. Let me start my thing.
Let me start my thing first. Goof.
What is he gonna argue this time?
Canon events, and if he thinks the canon character assassinates every single Spider-Man in existence, except Miles.
What the fuck? What?
Damn.
That's fucking stupid.
Poor spectacular, dude.
Poor Insomniac.
Well, he's been a character assassinated already, so I'm not really worried. It's no big deal anymore. I'm kind of used to it.
It's no big deal.
He
Even though the
moved
movie.
clothes that one time, he wanted to see MJ that other time. He left Doc Ock alone with dangerous arms that could kill millions because he just wanted to go talk to his aunt that one time.
Why? DeLorean says, "Why are canon events biased towards Spider-Man's stupid movie?" That's a good point. Why are they biased?
I think you forgot to mention the time he changed clothes. That was like, shoo.
I already brought up that time, didn't I?
He did. You really are asleep. Holy shit.
They probably just didn't come through.
Well, in fairness, he is nerfed this time. He is tired. It is
Yeah, he's
Spider-Man
nerfed.
2 Colin this time. He's actually nerfed. Oh.
Can't we all get along? No.
Next
No.
time, Liam, I will say something condescending and sarcastic. I swear to God. Where was I? Speaking of Assassin's Creed, though, Colin, have you started with that series at all? Like, have you tried AC2?
No, I haven't played the Ezio games.
That's fair.
Almost forgot night driving. Can't forget that.
Would you enjoy games that would be like super easy, but like has a fun sandbox? Like, do you like just having games like that? They're creative and nothing else?
I haven't really played many games like that, except for like Tears of the Kingdom, and I don't like that game's combat, so.
Yeah,
really why I don't
that's
think that counts as well, but I also don't like that game's combat.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking you may not enjoy it because it's not. Assassin's Creed is really not challenging. It's just like it's fun because there's so much. It's like because of like the sandbox kind of thing. That's really it. You know, it's like Spider-Man PS4 stealth. It's not hard. It's super easy. But if you just experiment, it's just fun. It's like, oh yeah, I can do a bunch of shit.
Yo, fucking Mike, dude. Holy shit.
What?
Your mic was tweaking.
I think you're tweaking.
I think you're tweaking, dog.
Yeah.
Not this time.
Colin looks dead on the inside. Bro, I am dead on the inside. I am.
Well, I mean, you have nothing to worry about. I can ghost speak for you throughout this whole thing, because that's what I do.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's what you're best at. My bad. I finished my script for the Dragon.
Let's
How to Train
go.
Your Dragon 1 video.
Let's go, everyone. How to
Wait,
Train Your Dragon
wait,
movies? Absolute brilliant trilogy. Brilliant trilogy.
Wait, Colin. Important question though. Did you write the script? Did you write it?
No, that was all SK.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
on me.
yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have been ghostwriting his video and take no credit for it.
Yeah,
Very
How
cowardly.
dare you.
It was to purposely get at Northfoot. Disagreement Day, Hidden World kind of screwed up what other media set up.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a How to Train Your Dragon 3 Disagreement Day. Yay.
Really? Okay. Let's go. While
Alright,
we wait
okay,
for.
take the reins.
All right. Miles is cool. What is your disagreement? Tell me more.
Oh, wait. Am I on?
Yeah.
Yup.
Oh.
You're on the line.
So basically what my disagreement is Hidden World, while being a good movie, well, it kind of screws up, like, what the shows, like, did.
Oh.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Neither of us have watched the show, but like, what's the what did it do?
Okay, so, like, Race to the Edge, like, with the Hidden World, it kind of, like, set up, like, how dragons, like, had their own traditions, like, and stuff, like, Vanaheim, like, you know,
Yeah.
but then, like, alright, I'm thinking, like,
I'm not catching what you're
so
saying. So
are they gonna
what's in
do,
the
like,
show?
about that, you know?
Can we start? Hang on. Can we start from the beginning real quick? So, are you talking about the third movie right now?
Oh yeah.
All right. So we're talking about All right, let's start with something easy. Start with something like simple, like something we can't easily counter with your issues.
Okay. So in Race to the Edge, like, what's his name? Snot Lout. He kind of like gets character development, like, where he learns to like respect Hiccup, and then like in the third movie, like, he's like kind of disrespectful to him. Like he says like, "Who died and made you chief?" And like,
Oh, because in the second one he learned to respect Hiccup.
Well, yeah, kind of, yeah, but in the show, like, he, like, respected him a lot.
Oh, the show between 2 and 3? There's like a TV show or something? What are you talking about?
Race to the Edge.
Oh, Race to the Edge. That's a show?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a show, Race to the Edge, that's between 2 and 3, and there's like an arc where he learned...
like
okay,
1 and
I'm
2.
following. Oh, okay. Yeah, but so by 2 he should... Okay, yeah. Alright, now I'm following. Thank you. So... Okay, here's one I'm gonna start with. I'm pretty sure those DreamWorks shows aren't canon. Like, that's the one that's on, that's
Which
the
show is
one
this?
that's on, like, wait, are they on Netflix? Because like, usually the shows that are not on Netflix are definitely not canon. Like, Legends of Awesomeness for Kung Fu Panda, like, that's not canon at all. Like, that's not...
Oh, the dragon shows are canon.
I mean, like, they, like, in the show, like, they try to, like, hammer it into your head, like, that it is canon, like, they do this and do that, like...
Only thing I'll say in regards to the
I'm
shows,
mistaken then. Yeah, my bad.
maybe, I think the shows are fair game to use, maybe to criticize the third movie. I haven't watched them, though, so, like... But, like, for the first 2 movies, apparently there's, like, some contradictory stuff, but, like, the shows came out after How to Train Your Dragon 2, so anything that contradicts the first 3 movies is the problem with the show. I've heard one argument someone made in, like, a comment section. It was, like, apparently, Rough Nut was in, like, a similar situation in the show as she was in the middle of How to Train Your Dragon 3, where she was, like, captured, and apparently she, like, got out smarter or whatever. I don't know if it's on the show for making her intelligent out of nowhere, or if...
I feel like it'd be like if we saw Patrick Star acting intelligent all of a sudden. You know what I mean? Or the Rhino.
I mean, have you seen Colin when he debates certain people?
Also, like, here's another thing, like, in the show, they kind of have, like, Fishlets have a girlfriend, but then, like, in, like, the third movie, they just, like, kind of, I don't know, they just don't pay attention to that, like,
Yeah, I think we're all just gonna have a hard time even arguing against this, because I doubt anyone here watched the show.
I agree.
I would say that's a fair argument, but it's kind of non-conclusive thanks to none of us watching the show. I'm sorry, man. Is there anything else you can bring? Maybe something that's self-contained into the movie?
Not really. Or, I mean, for the Hidden World, I saw this thing where it's like, it's not like really practical for all dragons.
What's not practical for all dragons?
Okay, so there's like this thing, like the skrill, like feeds off of electricity, but in the Hidden World there's like not really anything for it, and then for the water dragons there's like, I don't know, not much water.
In the Hidden World,
Yeah.
I would have to look with what does the Hidden World look like again? Do we know what it fully looks like, or do we just get like a general glimpse of it?
Or like it has a bunch of columns and stuff, and then like, I don't know, crystals, I guess.
Maybe there's a place where there's water and electricity,
Yeah.
and we just don't see it.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that could work.
Yeah, I think that one's just up to interpretation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anything else you want to bring up?
Nah. I guess is where it ends off. I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you guys for having me.
Goodbye.
Yeah, thank you for
Have a
coming.
wonderful day, dude.
Have a good one.
You too.
I think someone here is acting out of character. This is
What are you
weird.
talking about?
So I've just been told by Jack Kentner that he's setting up right now.
Well,
Oh my God.
Liam's acting too nice. This is weird.
Colin,
I don't know what's going
Colin,
on right here.
Uh-oh.
Unlike you, when I see people that are clearly struggling in Disagreement Day, I don't just bludgeon them.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I am not bringing up what I'm talking about in public stream.
It's on it would be on a public stream.
Out of the modicum respect for you, I won't say what I'm thinking on stream.
Okay. I mean, if it was on a stream, then it was already public.
Feel grateful. Feel grateful. Feel
Okay.
grateful and stop talking. Thank you.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, I'm
I know
sure
what
you
you're
do.
talking about.
I'm sure you do.
I know
I am
you're
100% sure.
Just, like,
Yeah.
it's
Holy hell.
Let me discuss something with Comic Legend. Fuck you, Great Necromorph.
No.
Great
Okay,
Necromorph.
unironically, don't bring him in. He's just gonna troll.
The Cookout
Yeah.
2 Electric Boogaloo. Someone said, SK, you like men.
That's crazy.
Okay.
Is that true?
I vouch for that.
Okay, well, all I'm gonna say to that is, you can't prove a negative. And now he's saying, grow a beard if you can.
You like men? Prove me wrong.
Prove you don't do gay for pay. Prove you don't do gay for pay.
Can you guys hear me or am I too quiet?
No, we can hear
Yeah,
you.
you're fine. You're fine.
Okay.
SK, what's your thoughts on the Cape Crusader show?
Oh, I haven't gotten around to it yet, so.
come out?
Well, like just the trailers. Like, what's your thoughts on it?
Oh, I still haven't seen it. So I still missed it.
Oh, okay.
The same guy said Colin got bitched by Lucas. So let me know when you and Lucas get married, because you constantly write his content and meta and get off
Yo,
his
is that
nuts
the
for a
same-
sec.
is
Bro,
that the
what
same
is
dude from,
happening?
Is that the same dude from Twitter?
I don't know. Where are these Lucas fans coming from?
What do you mean, bro?
I was gonna mention something else, but they just threw me off guard. Stir released the Peter Quill defense about a few days ago. Great video. Go check it out if you haven't already. It's going to lead into Guardians disagreements that we're gonna take at some point. We could even take them today if we have time. Oh, but right now we're waiting for Jack.
What do you think of Arcane only having 2 seasons? I think depending on how they end it, I'm perfectly fine with that.
I think that's a good idea because isn't like Arcane just supposed to be just a prequel to League of Legends? So there's not that much.
I don't even think it's
content
connected.
to
I don't
use.
even think it's connected to the games. Like,
Yeah, well, no, but it's like an adaptation of the prequel stuff. I'm assuming. Right.
Lucas
I don't know.
owns
I
both of
think-
you?
I think the only way I'll be mad is if like they just like they clearly have more story to tell and they just don't and they end it off in like that season. That would make me mad. But like depending on
What
how
if they
do
just
it.
do another show though? Like they could just call it.
If they
something
do another
else.
show, then whatever. That's fine.
By the
Because it's called
way,
Arcane because of the magic shit, right?
Mhm.
Like they could
The
literally just do another
fuck?
show called I don't fucking know.
by the way,
Jewels.
your beard looks like pubic hair. Go take a shower. He weighs more than both of you combined. He's 200 pounds, pure lean muscle mass.
Yo,
Dude, what? These Lucas fans are just coming out of the woodworks. What the hell?
yo, how is he talking about dick riding? That was some crazy glaze right there. Like, yo, what the fuck was that, bro?
In fairness, though, all of that is truth. He forgot the fact that Lucas could beat all of us even if we teamed up to fight him. He would just fucking massacre us.
In 1 second. Less than a second.
Who's we?
It would literally be the Venom mission in Spider-Man 2, and we're just the Oscorp guards. Just get fucking annihilated.
Nah, I got the Speed Force dampener, so we'll be alright. Be straight. I played Suicide Squad. I know how to handle that.
Man.
Colin's
Simmer
like
down,
Lex
Felix.
Luthor. Colin's like Lex Luthor. He has the speed dampener, but you have to press a button to use it versus someone who's faster than your reflexes.
Well,
He
no,
just
we
dies.
seen what happened to Lucas in Suicide Squad, bro. Look at the topic.
I'm feeling fresh and relaxed.
Yeah, bro, he's nuke level in that game.
4 dipshit
So he was
cons.
nerfed.
Great Necromorph, we're not letting you in. You are a troll. We've established that you're a troll. You're the boy who cried VC.
That was so. Never mind.
No, it's true.
No, I'm being straight up, SK. I actually just don't give him any more attention. He's genuinely gonna
Suicide Squad
fucking
killed the
ruin
Justice
these
League was a
streams.
7 out of 10. That's just wrong on so many levels.
Lucas scales above
Unless,
6
unless
penguin
somehow you're gonna
goons.
try and argue the gameplay, and even then it's like, no. I think anyone
Bro,
who's telling
even if the
gameplay's not
story
good.
was fucking peak, that shit's not a 7, bro. What the fuck?
Bro, 6 minutes ago, Jack Kentner said, "Let me set up." What is taking so long?
He's still trying to set up. Be patient,
6
bitch.
months.
Bring in John
6 months ago.
2008.
All right, we'll bring in
Nah,
John
fuck that
Jones.
Disagreement day, wait.
Oh wait, no! He's here. He's here. All right.
Oh, great.
The supreme unintelligent.
Look who
God.
finally showed up, bro. Look who finally showed up. What's up, Jack Kentner?
What's up, pimpin'?
Nothing much.
Sweet. So this specific disagreement is going to be about the canon events and whether it character assassinates the other Spider-Man, because I saw you say, like, it, besides Miles, it basically destroys all the other Spider characters to make Miles look good, something of that nature. So I'm just curious, like, what is your main line of reasoning for why you think the canon character assassinates all the Spider people?
Well, in general, I think like multiverse stories like this are kind of lazy in that they restrict the overall rules. Loki does this too, and I disliked how they handle that too. But the idea, the entire premise of a multiverse is based off of like if one thing happens in a universe, another universe does the opposite or branches off by doing something different. By saying but by having every single multiverse go through this like these baked in must rules, like something must happen or else like it collapses, it kind of contradicts the idea of a multiverse somewhat.
What?
Okay, so first off, alright, so first off, I'm gonna say something controversial on top of
Okay.
this. Loki's problem isn't necessarily, like, first off, like, we're gonna bring up Loki as an example. Loki's problem isn't necessarily the rule that it establishes by a concept. It establishing those rules aren't contradicted to anything it sets up.
Yeah.
It doing that is fine by itself. You saying that it doesn't... The problem with Loki is that it doesn't make any fucking sense in execution, but the base premise of the idea is, like, fine, of no free will, technically. It's a criticism that doesn't work against it. Same for Across the Spider-Verse here.
Can I hop in? Can I say something real quick? Can I join the call again, because I can't really hear, like, I need to turn on the speaker or something.
Oh no, that's just his volume. It's probably you need to up his volume or he needs to talk louder. So it shouldn't be on your end.
Yeah, you're fine.
But yeah, basically, to, like, I guess paraphrase what Stir was talking about, what Stir meant was, like, basically rules you set up for the multiverse, if it doesn't, like, contradict anything, that's not really a problem with the Loki show or Across the Spider-Verse. And he thinks the Loki show is bad, he thinks Across the Spider-Verse is bad, but not as bad as Loki. But you know, yeah, he's basically trying to defend it on the front of, like, it having these rules. That's not really the issue. If we were to go back and forth about the rules, we'd just be asking existential questions. But to be fair, like, I want to try to steer us a little bit on course. I do want to get into why, like, character assassinates people. That's what I want to get to.
Right. So getting into, like, character assassinations or potential character assassinations. Let's see. Let me try to, like, articulate this and word it in a way that makes sense.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry.
What are you laughing at?
I just saw some on my phone.
Oh, okay.
So essentially, my main complaint, and it sounds as though like I'm making a complaint that there can't be a plot line or a storyline where like Spider-Man have to be okay with sacrificing someone if it's for the greater good, but it can work. I think it worked in the Spider-Man PS4 game, where he had to, like, spoiler alert if no one's heard about it, or has gone to that point. Like he has, like Peter Parker in that game, he has to sacrifice Aunt May or like sacrifice everyone else by giving her the antidote. He chooses, like, he goes for the greater good, and that is in character. He would prioritize the many in favor of, like, his loved ones, the few. Like he would go with the saving more people in the trolley problem other than the one person. But what's previously established with Spider-Man or just like any Spider-Man story is that they don't initially subscribe to like the trolley problem, and like they would reject, like, you only have two options. They would look for a third pathway where they try to get the best possible option. And I have a hard time believing that every single, like, Spider-Man in the organization would just be perfectly like fine, or well not perfectly fine, but just like unwilling to look for any sort of like solution to both saves, like, everyone in a dimension, and also saving the person who has to die no matter what.
Okay.
Alright. So,
well-
hang on, I want to go first.
Okay.
So your argument of he doesn't subscribe to the trolley problem is, I think, my biggest issue, because that's fundamentally the opposite. Him being Spider-Man is essentially choosing the trolley problem. If you become Spider-Man, you accept the risk of your loved ones dying, especially when he knows his arch nemesis is the guy who knows his identity and killed the love of his life, and he still keeps being Spider-Man and would prioritize saving others while risking his loved ones. And to further into the fact, you say this as a thing that all Spider-Men have. I think that gives me free reins to use the most prime version of the character ever. In 616, if I bring up the dialogue, he literally says to the Green Goblin in Peter Parker Spider-Man issue 47 by Paul Jenkins, "So go ahead, kill my Aunt May. I can't stop you if that's what you really want. Go ahead and kill everyone I know. It'll only strengthen my resolve. I won't kill you. I won't have to kill you. You in return. I won't even have to send you to jail. Just being you, that's life without parole." The point he's making there is, I choose being a hero no matter how much sacrifice that'll cost, no matter how few people die, as long as it saves the many.
Why don't you also bring up the
let's do one at a time here.
I thought you were done with that.
So, like, what that says to me as a Spider-Man fan who's been reading this guy for all my life is he does subscribe to the trolley problem, and a lot of his stories is about facing the consequences of what he chooses, which is to save the many over the few. But his few is always the people he loves. So I just fundamentally disagree with that premise of Spider-Man's character.
Well, I also wanted to bring up, like, literally the line of dialogue from the first, like, ever comic. Maybe not the first ever comic, but, like, fucking, I only care about my Aunt May and Uncle Ben. The rest of the world can go hang for all I care. It's like, that's literally, like, Peter before he even developed. Like, that's just blatantly showing, like, his character development. So he's just not like that at all.
Well, if you want to cite the comics, like, that's certainly an example, but, like, there are tons of counter examples too that like, if you want to argue that, yeah, if he were to choose the trolley problem, then he would choose, like, the majority over the minority, and I do believe he would choose the majority over the minority in situations where, like, he has to make an immediate choice. But like just a counter example of storyline that I've just been recently reading, like the death of Jean DeWolf. Like I don't know if you guys have read that one. It's a storyline where at the end of it like Peter and Daredevil officially like share each other's identities with each other. But what it's about is Peter Parker trying to solve the death of his his police friend Jean DeWolf. Like she's appeared like in a bunch of issues before, but at the very start of the storyline, she gets found murdered, and she's murdered by this vigilante named Sin Eater. Now, Sin Eater is like a crazy psychopath. He's I
know those. I know this.
Yeah, but
sorry to cut you off. It's just
okay,
I know
I'll
the story.
skip to the relevant point.
Yeah,
he gets to a point where Peter is chasing him, and Sin Eater like fires into a crowd or something, and Aunt May is hit or gets is implied to have like taken damage or something.
Yeah,
and
she got like
Peter
startled from the shot.
Is faced with a quandary. Like he doesn't know whether or not to say or to like stay by Aunt May to see if she's okay, because he doesn't want to fail her like he did Uncle Ben, or to let Sin Eater get away and risk like a bunch of other people getting killed. He says, I don't buy into either option. There's a third option. I can place a spire tracker on him. Now, Sin Eater like notices the spire tracker and like removes it, but that doesn't change the fact that he didn't subscribe to like the binary choice that he had. And I think that's relevant because it shows the kind of character he is. Like he tries to have the best of both worlds.
I think the issue with your example is that he had an alternative. The reason I brought up the issue of the comic I brought up is because the Green Goblin, in context of the story, puts him in a situation where he can't do both. The whole point of what Norman wanted to do is he wanted to force Peter's hand to kill him so he can prove that he has control over their relationship. He does this by saying, agents that work for Osborn Industry that like listen to the Green Goblin have been set sights on everybody that you love, because I know where they all live, because I know who you are. If you don't kill me and I live, I will send them to kill everybody you know, and you won't be able to stop it because you're here right now. So he has no choice. It is binary at that point. He either has to save the many by keep being Spider-Man and doing the right thing, or save the few by killing the Green Goblin and changing as a person by doing that. He doesn't let Norman win. He chooses to be a hero no matter what. That's the point that I'm trying to get at. The canon events is in the context where how they perceive it is that they are stuck with the binary. Sometimes you can't do both because it's literally impossible. Just like the situation in that comic and right now. The Sin Eater one is an example where he can find an alternative, which I do agree with. Spider-Man will find a way to do both if he can, but that's not all the time. That's not realistic.
Okay, yeah, and I haven't read the storyline you're referencing. It sounds interesting. I'll try reading it when I can. And even if I were to grant you like that point, like in this specific storyline, like it is binary. I think the major disagreement we have when it comes to Across the Spider-Verse is whether or not the situation the Spire Society finds themselves in is a binary one. Like it's either this or that. And I think the core disagreement of this topic is I don't really see it as as a binary choice, and I don't see why a lot of the Spider-Men within the Spire Society can't take the time to actually listen to Miles and try to see if they can help his dad before taking the choice that they do.
Okay.
Go ahead, SK. That's
okay.
on you, actually.
So I guess what I'd say about the movie, I think is important to establish, is that they didn't just outright give up, like, entirely. They're creating technology to try to counteract these quantum holes that keep popping up in the movie. We see in the Indian fight scene where they're fighting the Spot at Mumbattan, and then once once he gets away, opens a huge quantum hole, and then Spider Society comes to that dimension, and they start using the technology to counteract the quantum hole. So that implies that they didn't just give up. They're still trying to find a solution. They just don't have one yet. And at the point of when Miles wants to save his dad, from their perspective, they don't have that solution. They don't have that direct alternative to save the dad and the multiverse. So I guess my question would be, like, what exactly would you want the Spider People to say or do? Like, Spectacular, for example. What does he have against Miguel that would, like, disprove his argument that they have to let Miles' dad die? Like, what would he say?
Well, this is another problem I have, where it utilizes this sort of like J.J. Abrams mystery box style of writing, where it leaves it up in the air, like what they have tried, like it leaves it up to you to assume like what they have tried or what they haven't tried, and like who knows, like it's totally up it's totally up to the sequel to like answer these questions by like having the characters like find a solution that either proves Miles correct or Miguel correct. But the problem I have is that when you go off of like the narrative framing of Across the Spider-Verse, it wants you to take the side of Miles, and because of simply how it frames him, like you don't like it's implied that there are holes within Miguel's rationale, and
would your argument be that they don't poke enough holes on Miles' side of the aisle?
Well, I felt like they
don't present it equally enough. Like, would that be one of your points?
I suppose.
Okay.
Like if you were at in the Spider Society and you were on Miguel's side, like what would a steel man of that be, like of like the Spider Society's positions be that weren't in the movie?
Watching Miles take a shit.
Miles is Miles is way too irrational in the scenes. I guess that could be the only
Well, okay, calm down. Well, I guess I think what's also important to establish is that the Spider People didn't just accept the canon like from the jump, and we know this because Spectacular literally says, "We know it's hard, but it's the truth, Miles." So for all we know, it could have taken like a whole week to convince Spectacular, and I think Miguel would actually put forth the effort to do that with him, as opposed to Miles, who he doesn't want on the team. He doesn't think he ever belongs here, so I think there would be like differences in context there. Funnily enough, I would actually go as far to say it is possible that if Miguel gave Miles more time, he might have actually convinced him on the canon. I think that is very much possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this
also,
is
Miles would be desensitized to the violence because it's very similar to violent video games.
Yeah, and this is sort of an aside, but I had an issue regarding like Peter. Is that his name? Is that Spider-Man India's name?
Pavitr Parker.
Pavitr.
Spider-Man
okay.
India.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, his Wikipedia page says it's Spider-Man India, but like Pavitr, like let's just call it. I'll just use his real name. They let Pavitr in despite his canon event not happening to him yet, and I have an issue with that because if they can predict these canon events ahead of time with their algorithm, then they would have to say, okay, I accept I can't do anything, and I can't save them. I have a hard time believing that. If a condition to joining the Spider Society was that, oh, you already have had to have this canon event happen to you, there's a particular set of canon events happen to you in order to join, then I would be more inclined to believe or not question the amount of Spider-Men overwhelmingly siding with Miguel against Miles. But if there's a mix of people or Spider-Men who have not had their canon events happen to them yet, I would want to believe or I would think that they are still holding out hope to potentially save their loved ones or any other victims of canon events.
Well, isn't that why Pop says I can do both, and isn't that why he tries to help Miles at the end alongside Hobie?
I wouldn't even argue. I mean, I think the other part of it is literally just there's canon events, but just because there's canon events, not every single Spider-Man literally has to go through all of them. It's still up to chance.
Yeah, because remember, one of them is marriage, and that's way down the line.
There is specific canon events that happen to a lot of Spider people, but that doesn't mean that specific canon event has to happen to every Spider person.
Well, it's also what if Miguel doesn't tell Spider-Man India this? Maybe all that Spider-Man India knows is supervillains are in other universes and we have to put them back, and that's all. He knows.
I don't think that's likely.
Well, I think it's possible that he was they didn't tell him specific parts of the canon, depending on his character.
I doubt that, but I guess.
Yeah, and see, this is what I mean by by the sequel having to resolve certain things, because certain things like that are left up in the air, and if they don't lead a answer that or give satisfying answers to them, it could really break the plot at some points, and that's mostly what I'm saying. That's mostly my position is I'm doubtful that the sequel will deliver satisfying answers. That's just mainly my position.
So
that's fair, but I think we got to go back a little bit and focus on why the Spider characters are assassinated, as of what we know right now. So whatever is unexplained, I think it's fair to use under certain circumstances. So if it's oh, this isn't explained, why the hell are they acting like this? As far as we know, they might be assassinated unless the sequel fixes it or establishes otherwise. I think that's fair to bring out.
Repeat that?
Oh, if we're talking about if other Spider characters are assassinated and it's stuff that's unexplained that might be explained in the sequel, I think it's fair to use, just because we don't know what the sequel's gonna do. But what examples of that would you have? Where's Spectacular assassinated or whatever?
Right. Well, a lot of fans of Spectacular, for example, point to certain scenes. A big problem people have is that a Spectacular Spider-Man's that version of Peter, his story kind of ended a bit prematurely because the show got canceled, even though it had more plans or another season planned out. So we didn't get to see his full story arc, and because of that, we see certain parts of him, with him having a certain mindset, and you see that with in the clips used to in the argument saying that he was character assassinated, that he wouldn't go along with Miguel, he would go on with Miles.
I'll never look the other way.
Yeah.
I mean, what I'd say about that clip is, from his perspective, he's looking the other way for the entire universe if he helps Miles.
Yeah.
Right. But he is still looking the other way when it comes to the casualties of canon events. And again, I don't think a Spider-Man in that position, or at least one in Spectacular's position, would simply say, hey, it's just something you have to accept. Let's just you just gotta let it happen, and not try to look for alternative methods.
I feel the only way we could talk about Spectacular maybe being changed is the fact that he did lose Captain Stacy. That could change his mindset, because he still chooses to be Spider-Man, despite that his loved ones could get in the crossfire now.
Let me ask.
But
something.
I understand what you're. I understand what you're saying if it's like the first 2 seasons, because like nobody personal of his dies yet, so he never has to contemplate those decisions of, okay, I gotta save the many, even if the few that I care about dies. He has conflict about them being at risk when Venom is in season 2. Like
And
maybe I
1.
should quit Spider-Man, but no, I choose not to. But yeah, I guess the only thing I would say is ever since the events of Captain Stacy, he could just have a very similar mindset to the one I've outlined, which is that Spider-Man will ultimately choose to be Spider-Man despite how much pain it is that he'll have people he loves die. Because what's interesting, we got to realize those casualties of canon events are people that they love dying. It's not just strangers. It is the people that they love will just die. But
Right.
in Spider-Man's headspace in general, he's already accepted that, and this has been just an established thing about the character ever since the 70s when the death of Gwen Stacy happened.
Well, like, I want to ask, like, let's say a nuke was about to hit the city, like, in Spectacular, and, like, if Peter stops fucking some old lady crossing the street from,
I might have a better example, actually, that's in the show. I think I know where you're going with this.
well, I was just gonna say, like, let's say he needs to stop the nuke, and if he doesn't stop the old lady from getting hit by a car, then the nuke will explode the city. It's like, is that out of character because he had to look the wrong way? Or the other way, whatever. Sorry.
I think you're looking the wrong way, Cog.
Well, I guess
Maybe you got hit by a car one time.
a similar example for Colin that I think is actually stronger because it's in the show. In episode 6, he's fighting the Rhino, and when he has to get Rhino out of the city in order to like keep the fight contained and keep civilians out of the way. There are a lot of cars that Rhino crashes into, people that are probably injured or dead, but he has to literally swing away from them because if he just goes back there, Rhino's just going to keep doing what he's doing and hurt more people. So he has to bring Rhino to a more secluded area in order to get the job done. He's looking the other way in that fight scene to do it, but like, it's still a risk he has to take.
I'm sorry, is this too loud?
Sir, you're very
No,
quiet.
it's too quiet.
Way too
Yeah,
quiet.
it's too quiet.
Okay.
But yeah, I think the biggest conflict is the fact that like I think we just really have to understand Peter Parker's character is about him accepting loss, and that's like the whole point of him. So this canon event stuff I don't see to be character assassination for any of these Spider-Men, because most if not all of them like have that kind of internal theme like as characters. I
Yeah,
think
well-
Spectacular would be fair if they didn't show us that his captain died, because like he wouldn't have that experience yet, so it'd be kind of weird.
Yeah, okay. And again, like I would just say, like it all depends on how like the sequel answers it, and I understand that that's not something like either of us can like debunk or whatever. It's just like it's just speculation, and like all my points are simply speculation too. But like my mentality, like just looking at the sequel is like I don't know how they're going to make one side wrong but still make them look good. If Miles is wrong, then he's just wrong and was just going along to like get everyone killed essentially in his universe and potentially even more. But if like he's proven correct and Miguel is proven wrong, then that kind of makes them look like idiots in hindsight for not doing enough.
I feel like that is a little too strict of a binary, because we don't know what the conclusion is going to be. In fact, I don't think we even know if one side will be like the most correct in the situation. Like absolutely,
Right.
You're completely wrong or you're completely right. I don't even think that's how the movie frames it. And the reason for that is Miles is still established to be irrational in that scene. He says, I can do both Spider-Man always, and Peter's like, not always. So it's not always true. You can't have it all. And that is like a thing that he clearly doesn't understand by this point because of his lack of experience. He rejects the whole tragedy thing and that you have to experience it as a spider person. But to go even further, if the spider people, I don't think this is going to happen, but even if the spider people are proven to be correct in supporting Miguel, and Miles has to learn that, all I would say is it kind of ties into an arc of accepting sacrifice, which we really haven't had for Miles anyway. We haven't had that story of him learning to accept the greatest sacrifices ever. I mean, this is a thing that lots of spider people in general have to go through. Toby had to go through this in Spider-Man 2. He decided to quit, and then he decided, I'm willing to give up everything in my life to always be Spider-Man. We see this with Spectacular. He holds on to the gene cleanser, excuse me, because deep down, he doesn't want to be Spider-Man. He wants to, just give up. It's way easier for him to just lose all of his powers, so he doesn't have that responsibility anymore. But then he decides to destroy the gene cleanser at the end of the first season. That's him learning and understanding sacrifice. I mean, we see this with, we don't exactly see, the journey of this, but with Insomniac, we see the end point of it, where he's willing to give up Aunt May to save the whole city. He's willing to give up his best friend to save the whole world in Spider-Man 2.
Also willing to do the same thing.
Yeah. So, I guess what I'd say is, if it does, whatever it comes down to, I don't think it makes any side look out of character. We don't know where it's leading to. And there are ways in which, whether Miguel's right, Miles is right, whatever, there's ways that their stories can still work.
Okay. Yeah, and I'm open to being proven wrong by the movie, of course, but what would a potential middle ground be? How do you guys think it's going to be resolved by the next movie?
I'm not really sure, but I think what could be interesting is because we know that the Collider messes with the space-time continuum, it might be interesting if Spot deliberately created the canon events to spite Miles and force him in this position. If he were to mess with time and shit to do that, I think that could be an interesting twist. I don't know how they're gonna do it. I don't know if there's gonna be another villain that plays a role into some. I really don't know. I guess all I'll say is we'll find out.
Okay, yeah, I'll accept that.
All right.
So the only thing I'll ask, is there anything else more concrete about them being assassinated?
Assassinated.
Because as you said, as far as what was being said is just speculation. So
Assassinated, perhaps not, but I would certainly still argue that's contrived. I was expecting to see certain factions formed. It would have been interesting to see, as we've seen before, they do accept people who haven't had their canon events happen to them yet. So I think it would have been interesting to see Miles inspire different factions to form, siding with him, and those who have already experienced a loss be more
the beginning of the Spider War.
Yeah. That would have been neat. I would have enjoyed that, and I thought it was a missed opportunity.
Well, I think they may be leading to that in the third movie. That's what the ending of this movie shows. And they did say, all your favorites are back. So a personal theory of mine is that Christopher Daniel Barnes' Spider-Man is going to team up with Miles on this, potentially, if they bring him back.
If we see Spider-Man in Japan, I'm going to smile. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, yeah.
Are we done?
Yeah, another thing that bothered me, and this is sort of cheating because it's from an interview, but I recall the director saying that a major reason that they wrote this storyline is to sort of show people that how Miles is, how valid Miles is as a Spider-Man, and that Miguel is sort of emblematic, or is supposed to be a representation of the haters telling him that he can't be Spider-Man. And to me, that sort of that feels like it's somewhat spoilers, or like it kind of spoils like who is going to end up being correct in the end. I don't know if you guys seen that interview.
I
Well,
believe,
yeah,
yeah, I've seen it.
I think I know what you're saying. It kind of feels like it's a bit intentional that like 2099 is this opposition, because as far as I can tell from the comics version of the character, he's not even like that. He's not the whole canon thing. I think if anything, he's the kind of guy who would always keep trying to find a way to prevent that kind of shit. So it does seem like they just wrote him as a different character. I've always said this. He basically is just superior Spider-Man in that movie. He's superior Spider-Man with a cooler costume.
Yeah, if you've read the comics of like Miguel, like he's more in line. He's actually surprisingly more in line with Spider-Punk based on like his whole being against like corporatism aspect with Alchemax.
Yeah, I feel like the reason they chose him is because 2099 is the antithetical of Miles's existence. Because it's like, who
'Cause he's
replaces
racist?
Peter? Miguel. It's like that's like what people say, and that's probably why they did that.
I mean, that's not really a thing that touches on, that the film really touches on, right? So I don't know if in this continuity, Miguel actually replaces Peter. It's possible,
No,
but I
I'm
don't
saying
know.
like I'm saying why I'm thinking that I'm saying like outside reasons. Like why would they make it? Why is it 2099? It's like okay, I'm assuming that could be one of the reasons. Because they did say that this film is a response to people disliking Miles, and that is an argument people just use. It's like, oh, you want a replacement Spider-Man? 2099 better. So it's like, I can see that being the case.
Maybe it is possible. It seems to me that they wanted to have 2099 from the jump and into the Spider-Verse to bring like all of them together. This was set up like in the post-credit scene. So they already wanted him to have some kind of like high leading position, and I think that does make sense considering the context of he is from 2099, he is from the future, so we would expect him to have a lot of the technology for this stuff, at least the best of it for all the Spider people. But I don't know how I see the. Sorry, what?
I was gonna say, me personally, my ideal villain would be White Dragon, but that's just me.
The Japanese like supervillain that he occasionally fights, like who's a gang leader.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about for sure.
Yeah. I'd like to see like I'd like to see like a redesign for him and like more obscure Spider-Man villains like Lightmaster or Cyclone. Yeah, but getting back to the interview, with that in mind, like you kind of know that they don't have what's up?
It's not
No.
Okay, but keeping in mind the the interview, you kind of already know that they're not intending on making Miles look dumb or like make like they're trying to make him look appealing and like heroic on purpose, right? And even if he's like wrong, he's going to be wrong in an understandable way. But the question is like, how can he both be wrong and simultaneously heroic? Because
how can he be wrong and
could
simultaneously
come across
heroic?
as him being selfish.
Well, that's actually the thing I've always like, but that always personally bugged me about the movie is I feel like the movie should
You're
like
so fat.
delve. What?
Nothing, go on.
Like I do feel like the movie. I wish it delved more deep into the fact that yeah, sure, Miles may have a point, but it's still really selfish. It is a kind of a selfish mindset, and they don't really delve into that in the whole movie.
What?
Well, I think they at least understand he's not like fully
They don't
rational about it.
They don't question how selfish the decision kind of comes across. At least, is what I would say. They don't delve into it enough. I feel like more time with that would have been appreciated.
I feel like it's the opposite though.
I feel like it was
like
appropriate with what Miguel was saying, because of course he was like, you have a choice between one or the entire world, every world. They were
but
very
Miles,
much
like, I feel like the whole I can do both thing just implies that it's not fully selfish. It's like it's for what he believes is the greater good.
Right.
I'm not saying it's fully selfish. That's not what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, it is kind of how I see I don't know, maybe it's kind of like how Batman in Arkham City wants to, he wants to save Talia and prevent the people dying from Protocol 10. He has like Alfred in his ear telling him, you can't let all these people die. You have to save Gotham. And I think that's what Miguel and Peter's roles are in this case, for it to make this analogy.
I think it's a little different because Batman ultimately chooses, the selfless decision, once he was just talked to. I think the whole point of that scene is to show that, like, Batman deep down does have the flaw of, like, okay, there's a bit of him that's like, okay, I don't care if these villains die. Most of the people in Arkham City are bad people. Like,
someone in the chat.
Am I
Someone in the
seriously
chat
gonna
is asking
sacrifice the person that am I gonna sacrifice the person that I truly love just to save a bunch of horrible people? Like, especially when he went through an entire night. With
Someone in the
nothing but
chat is
scum and
asking the real
misery.
questions. What's better, Into the Spider-Verse music or Across music? Across music. That's what I'm going with.
Say Across.
But like after Alfred says what he says to him, and like Batman like remembers like why he's doing this, what the mission's for, the innocence in the crossfire of Arkham City. Like, I think the whole point of his arc is to just reinforce why he doesn't kill his villains, and that's why in the end he's like, after everything you've done, I would have saved you.
Mm-hmm.
That's his conflict. His conflict isn't like doing the right thing. This conflict is, how much empathy should I just give to these criminals? Should I literally sacrifice people that I love and care about just to save these monsters?
Yeah, I mean that's totally fair. I was just trying to illustrate the concept of, there's like a role obviously where characters are pushing back against what's more selfish about the character, or their decision making. So I think with Miguel and Peter, we did get enough of that from them.
I think what I will say, if Batman chose to save Talia, I would say, yeah, the game should make sure to like delve into like, yeah, that's fucking selfish. So like some of it could be noble and heroic because it's like, he's trying to do both sort of when he's like, oh yeah, Oracle, stop Protocol 10. But it's a bit selfish because he ultimately chose that because of his personal attachment, not because it's the most heroic choice. And it's like, that should be explored. I would say that if he would decide to go after Talia.
I guess, but in Miles's case, I feel like he would do this like regardless of who it is, because I mean he brings up Uncle Ben and George Stacy, and he doesn't even know those people, so he would still like make the same argument for if this were anybody else. It's not really a case of you're saying the lives of a billion strangers are more important than my loved ones.
I think that would have been better, actually, now thinking about it. If it wasn't his dad and just a stranger who's supposed to die, maybe that could add more depth to it. Because it is, like, you don't even know this guy. What the fuck? You're gonna kill the universe? It's like, no, I just can't let someone die.
That could be
interesting.
That
would have made it better. Because what you're saying is true. I don't think the film really explores that much. There's never like, yeah, it doesn't matter that it's my dad. I'll do blah, 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 blah. But I see where you're coming from. It's just fucking, it's too short.
Yeah,
I feel like the whole
interpreted...
canon shit should have been longer. There was too much spot, not enough 2099. That's what I would say.
Yeah, I kind of interpreted the theme like a Miles like arc, or to be somewhat like that of the character Kokichi in Godzilla -1. Like I think I saw Colin praising that film, and deservedly praising it because I loved it too.
I thought you were referring to something else. I thought, that was Shin Godzilla. My bad. That's why I was laughing.
Fuck Shin Godzilla.
Yeah, then he had a hot take about Shin Godzilla. Because he likes smelling bad at the same time.
Yeah, but
I still stand by. I mean, even Sharon, even your mans agrees with me, bro.
He says it's still potentially an 8 out of 10. He doesn't agree with you.
Well, he says potentially, but he said he sees where I'm coming from with it. He said he's willing to be swayed. So am I willing to be swayed, but I haven't seen a single argument.
That's because Sharon's trying to be nice.
What?
All right, no more.
Nice
all right, no more in jokes, people. Let's get back to.
Sharon's trying to be nice, bro.
Sorry, Jack. Go on.
Bad, bro.
What's up?
Go on about Godzilla. We were kind of just making a joke.
Yeah, but when it comes to Godzilla -1, it follows like the Kokichi, the main character. he's this kamikaze pilot that feels guilt because he doesn't follow through. Besides, like him tackling Godzilla, he's delving with this inherent guilt that he failed his country, wanting to sacrifice himself for his country, and it's a very compelling arc because it sort of like challenges our notions of what exactly is selfish, because what's more selfish, like Kokichi, who doesn't want to forfeit his life, who's willing to put himself on the line for his country, but he doesn't want to totally forfeit his life? Or is it in fact that like the imperial Japanese government that's selfish because they're expecting him to sacrifice his life at the expense of his family or anyone else?
Well, it's also a good criticism of the government because they just give them they shorten out or skimp out on money for the planes because they don't add in an ejector seat.
Mm-hmm.
What was the underdeveloped stuff you were saying though? Was that what you were saying there was something there?
Oh, I didn't say anything was underdeveloped. I thought it was a great movie.
Oh, sorry.
Dun, 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 dun.
What? You were
I was
talking
just
about
comparing like Kokichi's arc to
I
that
thought-
of Miles
thought
in
Liam
terms
said
of what they were going
something-
for.
I thought Liam said something about something being underdeveloped, and you said something about Godzilla -1. I was confused. My bad.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
wait, I did say something about that. You engaged with it. Did you just forget what I said?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
What? The fuck are you talking about?
Well, you said that I said something. Did you just forget what I said? Because
Yeah, you were
engaging
saying
with what
like
I
the
said.
whole Canon event. Well, yeah, because I was talking about a different movie. Why would I engage with what you were saying?
No, you did engage with what I'm saying.
What? What part of it? Like what?
Yeah, I was saying the Miles being selfish was underdeveloped, and you engaged with it. Did you just forget that we had that conversation?
Yeah, I know, but he said there was something similar, and he said I agree, and there was something similar in Godzilla -1. That's what I thought he said.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Do we have more? Are we done here? Because we have like more people waiting.
oh yeah, I guess we're done here.
Okay.
Good
Alright.
having you on, man.
Thanks.
See you
Later.
Yeah,
Better
this
luck.
was good.
Good on him.
That is what happens if you have a modicum of fucking decency to people in Disagreement Day. All that arguing is your fault, Colin, because you're a brick-headed,
What?
mean-spirited idiot. Fuck you.
I
I don't know if you noticed.
don't know
but,
if you go.
I don't know if you noticed.
I start off every Disagreement Day very peaceful.
I don't know if you noticed, Liam, but actually, goddamn,
Oh my
I
God.
swear to God, if you condescend to me one more time, I'm going to start drinking Febreze.
You're condescending to me. What the fuck are you talking about? See, Colin, this is what happens when you do this. Like, what the fuck is that?
It's called tasting your own medicine, bitch.
Tasty. I was correcting you, dumbass.
Damn. Alrighty. Well, that was. Damn. We gotta give a round of applause. I guess this was way better than I expected.
Character development.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was character development. Everyone learned a thing or two today.
Well, yeah. Let's bring Kairito in here.
Unironically, is this the first time that there was no like baby rage over this fucking movie for children?
I think so. I think so. Maybe it's because
Holy
Comic Legend.
fuck.
Maybe it's because Comic Legend Ghost wrote our responses and Jack's responses, so that made it better.
Well, yeah, that's why there was no baby rage today.
Yeah.
Also,
That's crazy.
Colin was nerfed, so he couldn't fucking do anything disrespectful.
He was nerfed, so it went better.
His disrespect and condescension was nerfed today.
Anyway, Kairito, what is your motherfucking disagreement?
Hey bro, listen. I've been hearing shit.
Don't you fucking sue it,
Listen,
bro.
listen,
Don't you fucking do it.
Listen. Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, I'm out on this one. You guys
Spider-Man
got
2,
this.
bro. Spider-Man 2, the Insomniac Spider-Man 2. Hey, the story is not that bad, bro. Hey.
Oh.
Hey, oh no, actually, I want to ask you.
Kick him out.
Why do you not like it?
No, let him in. Let him stay in. Kairito, I want you to answer this one really big gaping hole. I think it's gonna be very interesting. All right.
Yeah, no, I'm not like. Yeah, go ahead.
So
I'm like,
we know that the symbiote's ultimatum is we're gonna heal the world, right? We're gonna take over with all the symbiotes. It's planning to replicate itself.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So why does it never communicate this with Peter when the whole conflict is that Harry can't have a symbiote? And remember, he says, I only wanted to save everyone. MJ, May, now the city thinks I'm the problem, and he thinks he's the solution. But it's never brought up to him that he can literally heal MJ with the symbiote, Harry with the symbiote, all of them. And I think there's just a huge gaping hole with the symbiote that it just never communicates this, despite this being its ultimatum literally that same night.
I have an answer for this, but
Oh no.
I don't.
Oh,
I'm not engaging
We were
with this
just
shit.
praising that this was a peaceful disagreement.
Yeah.
You're risking everything,
Yeah,
dude.
you really are. You're like.
I just want
You have your
Kairito to
hand-
answer that. Like,
You
Kairito,
have
what
your
is your
hand-
answer?
You have your hand on the red
Yeah,
button
I was
right
gonna
now.
answer, but okay, hold on, because I always just thought of that like the whole healing the world thing. Isn't that Harry's thing?
No, it's
Doesn't that
also
come from
Peter.
Harry?
No. It comes from Peter too. Remember, he says, "Let's heal the world" at the beginning. They both agree
He
to
dreams
this.
about the meteorite. Like he dreams about the meteorite, so it must be that the symbiote still wants to do this.
Yeah,
No, I know it comes from Peter,
I
obviously.
was gonna
like,
say. I
like,
was gonna say that's the answer.
they
it's
both
like
want to
he's
heal
still-
the world, though.
Well,
They
at that point,
agree
he's
to it
trying
at the beginning.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying when Venom sees the meteor for the first time, he immediately starts giving Peter visions of it, and like he's trying to lead him on. Because mind you, Venom doesn't have full control over Peter, like he had with Harry.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. It can communicate information. Hey, we're gonna heal everyone.
What?
Like, what if Peter gets told
It
Harry
was
is
communicating.
hang on.
information to him.
If Peter gets told we are going to save Harry by creating another symbiote, he's never taking it off. We're going to save MJ by creating another symbiote. He's not taking the suit off. Miles will never convince him.
He might immediately start invading the world at that point because it's like nobody
I'd
dies,
still-
especially my loved ones, because they could literally have healing symbiotes.
Yeah.
And what's gonna happen? They get shot, and the symbiote just heals them from that and whatever.
Stir, why are
Unless
you
it can't do
DMing
that in
me?
this universe. Can the
Hold
symbiote
on.
heal you from like bullet wounds in this universe? Like I think so, right?
You
He
can
should.
you can
If he
deflect
gets shot.
bullets.
Stir,
or,
do you
like
have
not
something
even.
to say?
There's no point in healing if you can just.
And
if
also-
the symbiote already protects you.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's true.
yes, Comic Legend, because remember aren't there characters that literally get like he gets stabbed by Kraven's whole blade and that heals him. So obviously it with the
Oh
bullets.
yeah.
Stir, just say it real quick, bro.
Nobody can hear me though. I'm so
Sure.
quiet.
Just fix
Okay.
your stuff. It was working before.
Stir,
Dude,
just
turn
say.
up your mic volume. I don't swear it's not hard.
Wait, no one else talking. Just let Stir have the stage so we can hear him. Stir, go.
Okay, well, my point. Well, I was DMing Colin just like that. I disagree with the point because I didn't want to like argue with you guys about it. But I think that my problem with the perspective of saying that like it should be showing visions to Peter is that the reason that it doesn't to Harry afterwards is that from what I can tell is that it's developed more and more with Peter as well, and then it takes the lessons it takes with Peter.
I didn't say visions. I just said just talking.
Yeah, it could speak to Spider-Man. It goes kill Kraven or blah 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 blah. It could communicate.
But I'm saying by that point in the game that it's still taking over, and when Peter takes it off, it takes basically control. So when it goes over to like fully over after the, because he wants to deal with Kraven first. He can just do that after Kraven. Like,
Well, no,
after Kraven.
it doesn't matter because Peter would just have to say to Miles, like, "I'm gonna save Harry anyway because I'm creating another symbiote."
Well, the only time it ever even talks to Peter in the game is at the what's it called?
The kill Craven.
Yeah, it's like I think that would add credence to the whole it's slowly developing.
Also, isn't that like a moment?
And I don't know why you're like discounting the whole meteorite thing. Like that's clearly a vision it's trying to show Peter of that thing.
Okay, to still mend them. They're not saying that though. They're saying that it's...
No, I know what they're saying. I'm saying it adds credence to it.
I mean, literally that night, like, he's able to communicate the same thing. And also, his thoughts to begin with are being influenced by the symbiote. Like from the jump, he's been
Well, it's
influenced.
because
So
he
like,
fully, yeah, but that very same night, it's because he fully bonded with Harry. Like, Peter rejected the full symbiotic relationship.
And then by the point that
it really shouldn't matter. Like, cause you don't
Why
need
should
to.
it matter?
You shouldn't
It's
have
still-
to accept the whole relationship for it to communicate like basic things like that.
I mean, if Miles
Why?
is slowly
If it's
breaking him
been-
out and the suit can talk, it can literally go, we could literally save everyone. We could save Harry and show him a vision of him fucking saving Harry as well. It's like everybody you love can actually be saved. It's like at that point, I don't know how you're supposed to convince
Not
him
if
to
it's
take
not
him off.
powerful enough to do that at this state.
It can speak. We know it can speak.
And
It
also,
speaks
it
in the
literally
boss fight
does.
with Miles.
It literally does
but
it
it-
that night.
So, as far as the speaking thing, once again, like, we barely hear the symbiote talk. It's like, I think that's clearly a showing that it's like,
We hear it talk
Uh,
right before the
Wait,
fight.
my question is, why doesn't isn't Harry proof that like it's a gradual thing, in terms of like corrupting someone? Because
No.
like at the beginning, because towards like when Harry first when he's like basically in the Agent Venom type of, during that part of the game, he's not really changed as a person yet.
Yeah, but
he's
he
kinda
changes
just, like-
very quickly when he's Venom.
Yeah, because he was already like, at that point he was already desperate. Already.
Yeah,
like,
but he kills people.
you know what, I'm thinking more and more about it. I think I agree with SK and Liam.
Yeah, it like dramatically changes you. The fact, if it can, like, here's what I'll say: if you can convince Peter to literally murder people, I think you can convince him to do something he would eternally want, which would be like saving the people he loves.
You know, that's
Yeah.
If he can speak and go
I'll be
kill
right back.
Craven and he almost kills someone, if it says save Harry, save everyone, like, he would listen and then he would start spreading and becoming Venom and all that crap. He would be a fuck you, Miles. I could literally turn everyone into Venom and they won't die. Harry will never die. Nothing like Aunt May will never happen again. Ever.
Yeah. It's like
Dude, it
you
could
can't win him
if
over
it
at
can
that
give-
point.
If it can give visions and all that, like, I don't know, like, we know it can show visions of the meteor, right? Like, if it can like show a vision of like, oh yeah, if you had the symbiote during the first game, instead of her dying, she becomes Venom, Aunt May becomes Venom. Yeah, she doesn't die. We would cure the fucking
Oh,
virus.
sorry. I have to add on to what you said. You remember the dinosaurs are evil scene where he thought about killing Kurt? If he thought about that, if that's in his head, why can't the symbiote bonding with May be in his head and saving her
Well, yeah,
life?
if it twists your desires, it'll twist his desire of wanting to save the people he loves into we can save them, symbiotes. He would see that in his head.
Yeah.
um,
Like, that's probably the biggest plot issue in the whole game.
I'd say that's more on a character level, but
Well, it affects the plot of the whole story.
yeah, I think I kind of agree now. I think I still think if they like went the route that you're talking about, like like if they just made Peter Venom, I think that would have been a better story.
Oh, I agree. I think we mentioned this in the stream, but it would have been more interesting if they made Peter Venom and did the heal the world thing with him.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I would have liked the game way more if Peter was Venom, because Peter being Venom is more compelling than like almost any other choice.
Yeah, if you're not gonna do
That I can
Eddie
think of.
Brock, then you could try Peter.
Well, that's actually the thing. If you're gonna not do Eddie Brock, doing Peter is a good choice because of the fact that like there's a lot going there with like Peter becoming Venom, and also it would be a unique way of going like Venom is like a corrupt Spider-Man. Like that's always been like an idea. He's like a twisted version of Spider-Man. Like he believes in justice and all that, but he's an anti-hero. Right? If that was Peter, that could be a cool way. That would be a cool and interesting way of taking that concept of Venom. But
Yeah.
I think my issue would be how the plot and the story presents it. If he does become Venom, I think Venom wins. There's no way. Without Peter there, no anti-Venom, Venom's just winning. Like Miles would not be able to deal with
I
him on his
disagree.
own.
I think they could have. I think what they could have done is they had. No, I think if they made Miles like a powerful symbiote like Scream or some shit, right? And they had.
Well, yeah, I
Well,
agree.
no,
If you,
no, hold on, hold on,
if
hold
you
on.
rewrite the story, I would agree with that. But what I'm saying is, like, as the plot
Oh, okay.
progresses, if he becomes Venom, Miles has no chance of stopping him, and then the whole world would have been like symbiotified or whatever.
Well, no, I was
Basically, Venom
saying if they made him a super powerful symbiote and then he paired it with Mr. Negative and they did the whole anti-venom thing, that would be nice. That would be dope.
Yeah, I just don't like
someone-
in the actual game.
Well, I
just
do
don't
want to
think that
talk
would've happened.
about. I did kind of want to talk about one thing, if it can still remain peaceful or whatever. But like someone has
No.
another disagreement, so
All right, what's
Not
the
Spider-Man 2.
who's the disagreement?
Donut Pilgrim.
All right.
He said it's about the Venom movies. I don't have too much of a stake in it,
God.
so I don't.
Well, I do though. I'm
Okay.
That's
Well-
so stupid.
Hello.
Okay, what is your disagreement? And tell me why. FYI, I haven't watched the Venom movies in a while, so I don't know.
Okay. Well, my disagreement is that I think the Venom movies are really bad.
Yeah, no
Okay.
disagreement.
Preaching to the choir.
Wait, I just. Oh, yeah, wait.
Okay.
I want to challenge that.
Why?
I find. Okay, so it's a lot of things.
Let's talk
and-
about the first one first.
Okay, first one is the better of the two,
Yes.
but I only say that because you actually get to see some bonding between Eddie and Venom. Outside of like those two, who I think Eddie Brock's actor, I forget the name of it.
Already.
I think he does a good job.
Tom Kennedy.
Wait, where did
Yeah,
I
yeah,
want to
yeah.
know where you got the thing that said like I thought the Venom movies were like well written. Like where was that? Where'd you even come up with this disagreement?
I hear a lot of people say that they like the Venom movies.
Oh, I like them.
And-
They're fun. I don't think they're like
I feel
well
like they're
written,
the
though.
embodiment of, like, comic
Okay.
book.
So it might just be a thing where like I've never enjoyed watching them. I've never like gone that perspective.
Okay.
I think it's literally just one, the relationship between Eddie and and Venom, and I mean, and relationship as in like they are basically lovers. They're basically a couple. Like that's just funny to people, regardless of what you think the execution is. That's just funny to people. Okay.
Venom's just a big goofball. I like it.
And then two is just like, yeah, the absurdity of like big gooey monsters fighting each other. Like it's not really, I don't think it's that like deep in terms of trying to find why people like the Venom movies. It's the same thing I view with like the Monsterverse, where like it's big monster fighting each other.
Ah, bro, fuck you. King of the Monsters is great, bro. Great movie.
What I'll basically say about the
It's a great
Venom
movie.
movies is I enjoy
sorry,
them if I
Colin.
like turn my brain off and all that stuff. But I will say like how they influence like Venom throughout media I don't like. Because now
I agree.
everyone just knows Venom to just be a fucking anti-hero clown. And I
Just
don't
as
like
just a
that.
black
One thing-
monster.
I
He doesn't
think
even have
one
the
part-
logo.
Yeah.
I think one part
Yeah.
I do like about the writing of Venom 1 is how Venom kind of eventually comes to terms with Eddie because they're like similar in a way to each other. I like that part. Like I like the relationship.
I like that too. I like that too.
My favorite part is how
felt-
they explain it to me like a child. That's the best part of that. Right.
On my planet, I'm a bit of a loser.
Yeah, yeah. That I laughed when I first heard that line in the theater.
Colin's
Um,
like, oh, I get it. Thank you, movie. I understand.
Yeah, no, I guess for me, I just can't turn my brain off when watching a movie. I'm always like analyzing stuff, which
Do you like this? Do you like Revenge of the Sith?
Oh my God.
I have
I hate-
very mixed opinions on it. Do not.
The Donut Pilgrim debate.
Do you like the Transformers movies?
No, I don't.
Also, I don't
That's-
view.
That's not based.
I don't really view. Like I know what you mean by turning your brain off, but I don't really view it as that. Like at the end of the day, well, me personally, I just find it cool, like gooey monsters fighting. Like it's
I mean,
not.
yeah,
It's not that much like analyzing, but it's also just like. It doesn't look like shit to me. Like the
I said,
CGI
I just
to
don't
me
like-
looks fine. So it looks
I just
good
don't-
enough.
I just don't
Looks
like how what those movies represent. Like I said, like how it influences like Venom in pop culture, whatever, is just not productive at all. Now people just think Eddie Brock is like a fucking shallow, one-note, lame character with a goofy fucking symbiote, and that's it. When it's like Eddie Brock used to be like a very fucking well-written, character, like a very three-dimensional character in like the comics and even like some of the cartoons and stuff. Like I don't like how how like Venom has been changed over the years. And I think
I agree.
I want to go back
Yeah.
to I want to go back to something that you said. They explain it to you like a child. What do you mean by that?
you have the mind of a child.
I want to. Well, no, because I actually want to get your perspective on something, Kempin.
Oh no.
Oh
I don't
no.
think you like my perspective, bro.
The Liam conservative perspective. But
Aren't you the one who's?
well, no,
Okay,
I
go
don't. I
ahead.
don't like this whole. I just don't like the whole. Oh, they explain something about a character. That's bad writing. I don't agree with that.
Well, it depends on how you do it.
Well, like
It
you
depends
look
on
at.
how you do
All right,
it.
look for example, right? Spider-Man PS4.
Oh yeah.
When May's telling him like you got to drop that Parker pride, that's basically blatantly just putting Peter's character flaw on the audience. It's like
Yeah,
that childish?
but if we do this in Venom's fashion, she would be like, you know, Peter, you're too overconfident all the time when you do what you do or something. Like it would feel
Yeah, it
out
comes
of
more
place
natural.
or unnatural.
Like it
Yeah.
comes natural in the game.
I don't
because
see how it's out of. I don't
'cause
see how it's out of place in the Venom movie. If it's.
I mean,
because, like,
it's hard for me to imagine someone going, from where I come from, I'm a bit of a loser.
Hey, I'm a loser too.
I disagree with that.
I
I disagree with that. Self-deprecation is very normal.
Yeah, but it's how you
It's
say it. It's how you
normal.
say it, though.
Yeah.
On my planet,
think
yo, I
so.
didn't.
I mean,
I didn't have a
guess
lot
that's
of people
just-
to talk to.
That's just
That sounds better.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
part of the issue of it is
I
that
don't even see
it
it
just
like
sort of
that.
comes
That's
out of
just,
nowhere. There's no really like hint towards that beginning movie that like that's why like Venom got sort of like casted out.
It
And
feels
so
like
that-
the movie. Sorry, it just feels like the movie is just. Oh yeah, by the way, this is why we bond. Goodbye.
Yeah.
And then they just continue
Goodbye.
the movie. That's
Yeah,
different than Aunt May acting just motherly and saying something that would just make sense for a mother figure to say, to help like the audience understand
I
the story.
guess
more.
I just
It's
don't. I
different.
just don't agree with the whole. It doesn't sound normal for someone to say because I think it just feels in character for Venom. But I guess
I'm a
whatever.
bit of a loser.
Yeah, no, okay. So I this
Well, I
is really, like
also-
the biggest. Oh, sorry.
I was just
You know
gonna like make one more comment about that. Like I just think like the blatantness of it, like I think that's part of.
racism.
Oh, okay. No, like how just I'm a bit of a loser. Like the way like how blatant it is, and just how clear
I
cut.
feel like it's just
I
part
feel
of
like
the
that's the
charm.
that's supposed to be the joke.
Well, I feel like it's
like-
part of the charm of the movie, and it's like also Venom gets to make fun of Eddie as well as himself at the same time. It's like I just feel like it doesn't not fit.
I will
Also,
say
part of the charm of the movie is that the writing is fucking bad.
that I was just about to say
Whatever.
the movie reminds me of like an early 2000 superhero movie, like before MCU, like sort of like the X-Men movies or
No.
Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. It is sort of that
Don't
like
don't
silly,
disrespect
goofy-
Raimi like that, or some of the early
Yeah,
X-Men
don't,
movies.
don't disrespect.
I'm
me.
I'm not disrespecting Raimi. I think I like the cheesiness in Raimi. I don't know why I don't like in Venom. That's something I'm going to figure out on my own.
It's
but-
because Raimi does it a little
Put
bit more
that kid in there.
tastefully for the story.
Yeah, Raimi does
I
it way
guess.
better.
Yeah, I agree
I-
that
okay.
a dancing scene in
Whoa.
Spider-Man 3 peak.
It is.
No,
I'm
Spider-Man
talking about
3
the first two Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, the
third
first
one
two
does
are,
have
like,
tonal problems.
The first
feel
two
like
are
a better
absolutely
comparison
peak. The third one has too many problems.
I mean, I still have one.
I feel like a better comparison here
I
would be
think
like
Hold on. I think the most graceful thing about the Raimi movies that will never get old is Jameson. He's easily the funniest part of those
Yes.
movies. He is
Yes,
he is so
absolutely.
good.
Because like since you're
My
comparing,
my
like,
wife called. My wife told me to call you. Said she lost her checkbook. Thanks for the good news.
There's not a single moment where he's on screen and I don't laugh. Whereas like there is kind of parts where I'm just like, okay,
Yeah, no,
it's
I-
you, Gobby, out of your mind. Like, shut the fuck
Yeah.
up, dude. Kill
Look,
yourself.
You too, buddy.
My perspective on Sam Raimi is that Spider-Man 3 is the worst movie, but it is my favorite because of it. And I will not elaborate further.
Okay.
You just stole that from Shea
So you,
Frillas.
so you have inconsistent morals like Sandman?
Yeah.
well, Colin, show me the bodies.
Oh my fucking god.
Show me the sand. Show me the sand.
Okay, so I know what you're talking about. I've always like held this opinion before Shea Frills made it like the popular thing to say.
I know. I'm just messing with you, by the way. I don't like.
I
Yeah.
know.
Um,
But all right, there's other people in here. I'm gonna get out of here. Just it's good to like know that I'm not insane for not liking Venom because
yeah.
I swear everyone around me questions
They're
me.
pretty
for
like polarizing movies. I didn't like.
Venom,
I'm not like.
Venom.
Okay, where I'm from, everyone loves Venom, and I don't get it.
I just don't
I'm
care
gonna
really.
let-
I'm just
It's
apathetic.
a
really.
menace.
There's so
I
many
guess
people in
while
fucking
while we get
general
someone
right
else in,
now.
I'm just gonna say this point. I just don't like the Sony universe in general. I think it's just I don't like what it represents at all.
Like Morbius.
No,
Like
like
Morbius?
it's
Kill yourself.
this is what I don't like about it. Right, is the fact that they have a whole spin-off Spider-Man centric universe, and the whole appeal is that they're Spider-Man characters, but they completely dance around the existence of a Spider-Man, and that feels very I don't know, insincere in the creation of the universe, and it's kind of bleeding into how a lot of these characters are perceived in the public. Like Morbius is a joke now. He's a joke character now. Venom is kind of a joke
Venom's a
as well.
Morbius is a
Madam
joke.
Web's a joke too. Craven.
Joke now, yeah.
If it weren't for Insomniac, Craven probably would have been a joke, but Insomniac probably saved him.
It looks like Craven's gonna be darker. To be honest, I don't think they're gonna make him.
I'm just predicting based on this is a prediction.
Well, I
If
think
it's anything, if it's anything like the other ones, if it's anything like the other ones, is what I
I think
mean.
it's gonna be bad, but I don't think it's gonna be a joke. Except for the radioactive lion.
Superpowers.
But yeah, I was
The
just.
radioactive lion is funny. but, like,
It's not. I will say it's not as bad as the DCEU because I think the way that the DCEU has damaged the brand of DC, I don't think I've ever seen like any fictional brand or franchise whatever get as damaged as DC did because of the DCEU. Like I can't think of any franchise.
Zack Snyder.
No, I'm sorry.
Visionary.
Even Star Wars. I'm sorry. DC is like a joke. Batman and Superman have been a joke for like a while because of the DCEU.
Thank you.
We can't have one. Hang on. We can't. Stop. We're gonna mute you, pimpin'. We're gonna mute you, pimpin'. We can't have one functioning Justice League movie in live action.
Forget whose servers this is, Pippin.
Do you forget who has the Discord power here, peasant?
I'm the admin here, not you. But yeah, it's just
Know your place, buddy. Know your place, buddy.
the
Know your
DC
place.
the DCE
That's essentially what you just said.
the DC
Watch out for my Discord power.
The DCEU, it's just been consistently getting worse and worse over the years, especially like once you get to the 2017 Justice League, where it's like forever, it's like for at least a long time, DC is in such like a horrible position. Like people just laugh at the Justice League.
Yeah, but like Batman and Superman.
People respected Ant-Man more than Superman.
No.
Hey, bro,
Yes,
James Gunn.
yes.
James Gunn is coming to save us. James Gunn will save us.
James Gunn better save them.
Listen. People will always respect Batman and Superman.
Yeah, once the Batman came out, yeah,
Oh,
people
even
started
more-
respecting
you
him
think
again.
People stopped respecting Batman.
A
after
lot of
fucking
people did.
Snyder?
A lot of people did. Look
Well, then
around.
they're just
Look
stupid.
around.
All right, yeah, I agree. A lot of people are stupid. Like that's like one bad piece of content. People don't respect Batman anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
it
what
is.
the fuck
It is the
that?
most.
it's
It
a
is the
major Hollywood
mainstream
movie,
Batman
yes.
stuff for like
That's
the
so-
longest
Wait,
time.
Colin,
Yeah, but
Colin, are
people
you
still
unaware what
respect
happened
Spider-Man.
after Batman and Robin?
Well,
Yeah,
no.
you don't know what happened after Batman and Robin,
Well,
Pimpin'?
Okay, first of all,
Hunk?
hold on.
Hunk?
First of all.
First of all.
After when did Batman and Robin release again?
1995 or 7. No, 7.
That was
1997.
that was
Yes,
like
and Batman Begins had to save it in 2005. Thank you for
Hold on,
proving
hold
my
on, hold on.
point. Thank you for proving my point.
Whoa. I can't finish my sentence, bro.
Fuck your
sentence.
Let me finish what I'm fucking saying.
Batman became a greasy, crusty, disgusting individual in these movies, bro. Especially in The Flash.
He literally became Lucas, bro.
Bro, I don't know what you're watching.
SK in the mainstream, most people still love the Dark Knight trilogy and Keaton. Yeah, I know, but I'm talking about like present day.
Well, you're forgetting that there was like multiple fucking banger Batman projects that came out after Batman
There
and
was
Robin.
before Batman and Robin, though. There
Like
was
what?
before
Yeah.
Batman and Robin. The Tim Burton Batman movies, they were beloved.
Yeah, people love the first two Tim Burton
Wait,
Batman
Batman
movies.
the animated series. What do
Yeah.
you mean, like?
Hold on. I mean, BTAS was there, but like, you think
Soup
people...
defeating Mr.
Hold
Freeze is
on, bro.
popular,
Oh
dude.
my god, dude. You think people started disrespecting BTAS after fucking Batman and Robin?
To be fair, Mr. Freeze was a bit of a dick in both of them, so.
Yeah, you're right. My bad. Batman should've-
So I know
Batman used-
Superman and TAS is better. So.
Yeah, so look at what Chrono said. Chrono said, bro, look at what happened to my guy Green Lantern. Bro has gotten jack shit for over 10 years. Exactly. This is what happens,
I'm
bro.
talking about Batman and Superman. But with Batman, like after Batman and Robin, yeah, the brand was a joke for a while until Batman Begins. That's the whole point.
Yeah, and it became a joke again
alright.
for like quite a while.
Okay. We've got 4 people waiting. So
Alright, we
like,
got 4 people. Alright,
Yeah.
we'll
Alright.
start with
Okay.
Bottom.
Batman
I'll go
saved
ahead
it.
and get up.
Hello? There's
Hello?
actually- I'm gonna be straight up. There's way too many people here. I think we need to.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
The fucking.
Goodbye,
I'll go ahead.
Donut. Goodbye, Donut.
Damn. Not me.
Not you?
Nah, bro.
Oh, not you? You scared? You scared, Kairito?
Yep.
I'm scared, Pimpin. I'm scared.
Oh, you
scared?
Nah,
PFP.
Kairito,
I'm scared, Pimpin. I'm scared.
Kairito,
Don't be
off
scared,
principle
it's
for
okay,
you
it's okay.
starting a Spider-Man 2 debate and almost ending the world. You gotta go.
Yeah. Goodbye.
No.
No!
Goodbye. Beware my Discord powers. Know your place, Kairito.
Alright.
But yeah, Bato, what is the disagreement? Tell us why.
My disagreement is I think Shin Godzilla is peak.
Okay, listen, Pimpin', I ain't got the energy for this, but let's get it. What the fuck is peak about that movie, bro?
Okay, no, wait. You should clarify which one. Which Shin Godzilla.
There's only one.
Yeah, so there's only one.
You mean the original? Are you talking about the original?
Yeah, the
Like the
original
one that-
original from 2016, bro. That's the only
Yeah,
one.
that one.
No.
Fuck you, sir. You're Australian.
Okay, fuck off.
Hey, Australians made Mad Max Fury Road. Don't.
That's not canon.
I made Mad Max Fury Road. I did that.
Look who's
Mad
in
Max
there.
Furry.
Alright, well, what do you, alright, so, basically what I'll say for, like, my biggest issue with Shin Godzilla, there's, like, alright, I'll just start with the biggest, like, I guess, problems I have with, like, just the writing in general. So, for, like, the whole government critique shit, one, I don't think they spend nearly as much time as they should with it. Two, when they do spend time with it, the only argument I've seen that is, like, semi-valid is, like, they didn't respond with, to Godzilla initially in the beginning of the movie, like, conflict as quickly as possible. But, like, I still think it still makes sense, and they weren't even being that dumb because they weren't trying to turn Japan into a war zone off-rip, and they were trying to evacuate things. So I don't see how the government is so stupid, because I think they're very competent for most of the movie. So I think if they're going to critique the government and how they handle things, I think that's, like, the worst way to do it. And then outside of that, which I guess would be the only compelling part of the writing, it's like, what is there? It's like, okay, Godzilla's shows up, like, 4 times. Yeah.
Okay, there's a couple things. I think, well, the response time, I think is like okay. Shit, I'm trying to think. I think, I first of all, I don't know exactly what you mean by, like, not spending enough time. I feel like they do spend, like, a lot of time. Like you said, Godzilla only shows up, like, 4 times, and I mean, they're pretty big parts, but I feel like most of the time is spent on the government. And I think, like, their late reaction is, like, a big problem. Like, I don't think it should be turned into a war zone, but I think the fact that they didn't shoot, like, they could have killed Godzilla in the very beginning of the movie, but they didn't because they had to go through so many, like, different processes just to shoot Godzilla, and I think that's, like, a problem that they show about the government. So I don't know.
Even if I was to agree with that, right? Do you really think that one part of the movie is enough to, like, make the whole thing, like, great?
Well, I don't think it's just that part. I think I'm just saying that's an extremely important part. But I think in general, the response time is super late, and plus that part of the movie ripples into other parts. Like the fact they aren't able to, or they didn't shoot Godzilla in the very beginning, makes it to where he grows stronger, has this armor, and then they can't shoot him. They can't like effectively attack him like later in the movie because they weren't able to shoot him in the beginning.
Let me ask you something real quick. Do you think that the ending of the movie just contradicts that? Because at the ending of the movie, they're asking for more time to handle Godzilla in a smarter way, just like they were trying to do in the beginning of the movie, and that ends up working.
Well, wouldn't that be because he gotten stronger or something?
No.
Yeah, because
So now they have no choice but to waste time.
No,
and that's like the consequence of them wasting time initially.
No. They were gonna nuke Japan.
Good.
Okay.
That's a good thing. No more anime.
No more anime. Okay, so I kind of get where you're going at, but I think what it's trying to say is that towards the end is when they actually took it seriously, because they didn't really take it like seriously throughout the movie until that big scene where he started destroying everything, and then they're like,
I don't see how they're not taking it seriously.
Oh, Jaden, heads up, we're live. So no Alabama comments.
That's crazy.
I don't even want to know the context. I'm just gonna.
No, you don't. No,
You don't. You really don't.
Anyways, continue. Don't let me intrude.
Okay.
Yeah, what were you saying about?
Shit, let me think.
Cause like even with the things presented, it's like, okay, they take a little bit too long with the whole. If they shot at him, hold on. If they shot at him in the beginning, he would have never evolved, right? It's like the government doesn't even know that, and that's also paired with the fact that they're trying to play it safe to keep like as many civilians alive as possible. So I don't even think it portrays them as being that dumb in that scene, and that would be like the only instance where they would be like not the best on their A game with their like governmental orders and procedures.
Okay, well, I think another point is that after that first part, they should have evacuated the citizens, at least in my opinion. I think that's like a big thing to show, like, hey, like they're kind of incompetent, and plus, I don't think it's just that they're dumb. I think it's the fact.
You're.
I don't think. I was gonna say, I don't think it's the fact that they're just dumb. I think it's the fact that the system itself is kind of bad. Like I said, that they had to pass through so many systems and so many people just to try and shoot Godzilla, and they ended up that they couldn't.
I mean, wasn't it only just up to one guy? Like, it was just the head minister. That was his decision. Like, it was only his decision.
I mean, I mean, it had to pass through like a bunch of other people first, unless I'm misremembering.
No.
I mean, would that be the criticism if it is one guy? Because if it's like just one guy with his own biases and like.
No, he's portrayed as a good. He's portrayed as a good, he's doing the right thing with the best interest of the citizens.
Yeah, but one guy dealing with something like Godzilla, it's like, that guy could still make mistakes.
Well, no, there's still people in the room with him, like giving differing opinions, but it's ultimately up to his decision.
I see. So they do have a disagreement day.
It's like when Congress. It's not exactly like that, but like when Congress signs a bill and then it's like, okay, final check, president.
Yeah, I guess like they had to go through like a lot of checks. I can't even remember my point to begin with.
So I don't see how they're like going through a lot of checks for stuff though. I think because like the only checks I remember are like trying to get information on Godzilla to see, what the extent of the threat is, because like they don't even really know much about him when he first appears. And I think they, once he is portrayed as like, okay, this is really serious. given the new information, I think they act accordingly with that. And then like, what was the other point? Like for example, when they're like trying to calm down the citizens or whatever, like saying we don't know if he can walk, we're pretty sure he can't walk. It's like they're telling the citizens just as much information as they know, pretty much. Like they say that in the meeting, they're like, only tell the citizens the facts, like everything we know for sure. And it's like if they start like some big stir, oh my god, if they start some big,
Of any way you could have articulated that, why? Just why, Colin?
if they start some big stir, no fucking Australian, then that could lead into bigger issues, and it would cause a more less coordinated, less what's the word, organized evacuation.
Well, I think they should have just evacuated them like in the beginning to begin with, like that. Like that's I'm trying to think like towards that big part where like Godzilla starts destroying stuff. That's when they like start evacuating people. But if they did it sooner, then there would have been less casualties.
I mean, I guess yeah, sure. I think they do it relatively soon enough, so I don't think I just don't see it as much added to the writing. It's like I think the whole, because a lot of thing I've seen is like this movie is good because political commentary, and like all the things that I've seen towards the political commentary is like that specific point. It's like, okay, they don't react fast enough. It's like, okay, fine.
I mean, it seems to be up to your interpretation, seeing how you both are arguing so far. Isn't that the point of why the movie's really well written? Because they still allow you to make up your interpretation if what they were doing was effective or not.
Yeah, but I don't think in the context of the movie that it even really makes them look that incompetent. Like, I think there might be one moment throughout where it's just like, okay, they didn't respond quickly enough, but everything else.
I think their responses in general are just slow. Like I think that's what makes them incompetent, is that most of their responses are just very slow. Like I said, when they're gonna shoot Godzilla, they should have done that sooner, or the evacuation thing. I think like
it's understandable why they didn't do it so super soon, but they but it's still something you could still criticize, is that their lack of urgency against Godzilla can be a criticism of how they handled it.
The shooting them thing would just it would spring from the same issue.
What issue?
Not like criticism issue, like issue with how the government tackled it, not being fast enough, I guess. It would just spur along the same thing. I still don't see how like that one part is enough, because like what are the other slow response times to shit? Because there's like nothing else in the movie where the government's being really stupid.
Well, the rest of the movie is supposed to be a consequence to that decision, because everything gets worse and worse and worse because of that slow response.
Yeah, but there's no like interesting, shit going on in the writing.
I mean, the interesting part is the fact that we're both discussing this and have different viewpoints on it.
Yeah, but we're talking about one specific part of the movie.
Yeah, but that part
I don't think. Wait, why does
that part is the most important?
I don't even
part,
see.
Yeah, that drives the movie. Like one specific part can drive the rest of the movie or story, and can make the rest of the story interesting because of that. Joel getting killed in The Last of Us 2. A lot of what makes it interesting is just the fact that he died and people's interpretations of that, or if Abby's right or whatever. It's like that.
I mean, yeah, but like, if Last of Us 2 did literally nothing else with anything, no character development, anything else, then I would be like, okay, then I would have the same opinion as you on the story, Liam.
Well, okay, so with the character thing, I personally think that that it doesn't put a focus on like actual character development. I think it's supposed to, like, all these characters are supposed to be like faceless, or not like just government people. Like they're not supposed to be super in-depth character, because it is focused on like political criticism and stuff.
Well, I would just go as far as to
they
say
only focus on the political criticism, like, and is semi-executed well in one part of the movie. I don't think that's enough to like uphold the entire movie.
But I think that one part.
I think just the
like, is a
issue.
ripple effect.
Sorry, I think just the issue is I don't think every single story needs to like have some robust character development for it to like be of certain quality. Sometimes a movie can be about a setting or an event.
No,
and, like, still be, like,
I can
extremely
agree
well
as
written.
long as there's still interesting stuff going on in the plot. Because the only thing that's interesting, what is interesting after the beginning? It's like, all right, Godzilla's attacking. They can't fucking fire him.
I think seeing the. Oh, sorry.
I just don't. There's just nothing really to latch onto for me.
It's just like I'm assuming that I think how the movie's supposed to go, because I remember hearing about this movie a long time. I think the whole point of the rest of the movie is supposed to be the fact that it is the consequence of that slow response time. Everything there is supposed to help you still think and process like the theme and message of the movie, which is the fact that like how they handled it like is questionable and worth discussing. That's why we're having this discussion right now, because we can have two different like mindsets on it.
Then I already agreed with that. I'm just saying the whole consequence thing and how it plays out after that. It's just like,
I mean, I don't know, cause I mean, we already said that it was just because of the ripple effects of those consequences that makes it interesting. I also
I guess I can see where you're coming from. I still don't really. I think we can just kind of agree to disagree on it. I get where you're coming from with the ripple effects. I guess someone could find that interesting. I just personally don't. Unless you wanted to.
I mean, yeah. I think that's just like personal preference. So I mean, I don't know.
Alrighty.
Alright.
Well, thank you for coming on. We're gonna get to the next disagreement. Captain Kaba has been on our ass a lot about this. So,
Who the
hello,
fuck is Captain Kaba?
Captain Kaba. What is the disagreement, and tell us why?
Okay, I have the most innovative disagreement here.
Dude, he sounds like fucking Phone Guy. Why do you sound like Phone Guy?
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
See? He's fucking Phone Guy, dude.
I gotta take my AirPod out for that.
Okay, continue, Phone Guy.
Where's
The animatronics like to roam at night.
Where's my setting to? Okay, now I've run into a problem. I can't fix my voice settings.
Oh, now you don't sound like Phone Guy. The appeal's
Yeah, you
gone.
sound fine. You
Goodbye.
sound fine.
You sound fine.
Get him out of here.
You sound fine. Keep going.
No. The issue is, I can't put it on speaker now. Uh-oh.
Bruh.
Nah, you fine, dog. We can hear.
Change audio output. Dang, audio output brokey. I guess I am gonna have to sound like Phone Guy for this.
Yes! Go.
Go.
Okay, so... my...
It's so scuffed.
Go, bro. Go.
Okay, so my disagreement is that the canon events are the biggest piece of bullshit in the Spider-Verse movies. They make sense, but I don't think they're like an actual thing. Okay, so let's say hypothetically, yeah, a canon event some of the most Spider people they're gonna go through. It's like what makes them them. Now, that's all fine and good. But then you got to get into what is a full-blown canon event, and you can use like canon events. You can use them in like different like contexts for different like franchises, and you'll see why I think canon events don't work exactly. Let's take a Dragon Ball. Let's take Dragon Ball for example. Goku's canon event would hypothetically be getting permanent brain damage when he's a small child. That's not a joke. Because without that, Goku is not Goku. Okay?
Colin is Goku? I never knew that. It was part of the lore.
That's crazy.
Yeah, bro. Colin hasn't achieved Super Saiyan God yet, though. So
he has achieved Super Saiyan. In Discord monitor, that's for sure.
Okay, now let's take Captain America, a Marvel character. Is his canon event getting frozen in that ice?
Sure.
Sure.
What is, and what another canon event he goes through? Would it be him getting that super soldier serum?
Okay.
Wait, what's the point? Sorry.
The point being, I think canon events are just another way to say, hey, these are pretty important events. That's not a canon event. That's just things that happen, bro. My dad died. Is that a canon event? I don't think so.
No. Okay. So the concept of canon events are just like stuff. Oh, I'm sure you know this, but just stuff that generally speaking happens throughout like a bunch of spider stories from spider people. That's not. It's not just something that happens. Just like it's literally Miguel looking at trends, right? And saying, well, these are the things that connect us. These are the things that we can all relate to, essentially. That's what a canon event is. So,
if I see a canon event, we're gonna have a physical confrontation.
But now we're gonna use a real life example for why I think canon events are a flawed concept. That Isaac Newton guy, you know.
Hang on, before you go, I have a question. Is your argument that is your argument that canon events don't have a reason, it just happens?
Yeah, but this is where it gets interesting.
Why do they need a reason?
So if you see a canon event, would you have a physical confrontation with it?
I guess so. But let's.
Is this an inside joke? Colin, can you disconnect him now? He's clearly trolling.
No. No, let me finish.
He's literally giggling like a fucking schoolgirl.
You suck at your dad's
Colin, wake your fucking ass up and kick him. He's clearly trolling. Thank you.
That was fun.
Fucking
holy moly.
Yeah, but
I was so
confused.
confused. What was his argument?
He didn't have one. He was trolling. Yeah. Like, dude, if somebody's trolling, it's funny and all, but like, there's people that are genuinely waiting for these fucking disagreements that actually want to, you know.
Yeah, like Mr. J. Like Mr. J.
No.
Oh my God.
T come shit, whatever the name is. What is the disagreement? Tell me why.
Great.
Yo,
PFP.
T come, how's it going, bro? Yeah, I love your PFP, man.
Yeah, goodbye.
All right, let's bring Mr. J.
You know what? Fine. No, okay.
Mr. J.
No, I'll ban him.
Man.
Good.
What is the disagreement and tell me why?
Alright, great job. You did it.
All right.
Give him a bit. Oh my.
Okay.
You just.
Okay.
Oh my God, bro.
Okay. Yo, what's up, John?
The lack
John
of
2008.
patience is insane.
On 2000.
John.
Hey, yo,
Give him
John.
like a minute.
Hi.
Yo, John. How's it going, man?
Yo. Hi.
Dude, I can
Yo,
hear his
man.
voice shaking. He was
My
scared you were gonna kick him,
disagreement is
Colin.
that I think Primal's all peak.
What is that?
God.
Oh, wait, you don't know what Primal is?
Transformers Primal?
No! It's a show by Gindi Tartakovsky.
I don't know what the fuck that is, dude.
I don't know what that is, but that's good for you, man. What is that? Here, I want to watch it now.
In all seriousness, it's a show made by Gindi Tartakovsky. It's one of the most beloved shows of all time.
I think I've heard
I'm
of
not
this.
gonna lie, the way you
Okay.
talk is just, I feel like it's like your profile picture just fits. I feel like I'm talking to that alligator.
Bro, what? Why you gotta do him like that? That's just like.
I'm not even saying that it's a bad thing. It's just funny. Your profile
is
picture
funny.
and your voice.
It
match.
fits perfectly.
It's like
Yeah.
something out of a cartoon, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh my gosh, this is the funniest
Okay.
thing.
Back to the
Hell yeah.
point of the stream. What's your disagreement? Do you have one?
I think pure evil villains are kind of better than sympathetic ones.
Sure, they can be.
I guess.
I mean,
that's
this
a
is-
case
Are you
by-
saying inherently or?
That's a
just case
preference
by
thing.
case.
Yeah, I don't really care to
But,
get into that.
hold on.
I think you can fuck this up, like by making them just like be, oh, I'm so evil, with no like charm to it.
I think a primary example of that is Venom from Spider-Man 3.
Venom. Yeah.
I think a primary example of that is Venom from Spider-Man 2.
I think.
Oh my god.
I want you to
Oh my
die.
god.
I'm gonna kill this kid.
I want you to jump.
The best pure evil villain off the top of my head is Jack Horner.
Venom from Spider-Man 2.
Carnage.
From Puss in Boots.
Carnage,
He's
the
so
Joker, Scarecrow, fucking General Zod.
Did you just say Joker?
Yeah.
You don't think there's any sympathetic qualities of Joker?
Do you feel sympathy for the fucking clown serial killer without a defined backstory?
I mean, he has a defined backstory.
No, he doesn't. What are you talking about?
There's also another good pure evil villain.
Wait. So Colin, are you gonna go? Are you gonna go on record? Are you gonna go on record and say that Joker's redeemable?
Yeah, I think he is.
I think he's more redeemable than you.
Oh, no. Listen. Joker? Because Joker wouldn't say that Spectacular is an overhyped feature.
I still think it's overhyped.
It is, but he wouldn't say all that.
I don't think it's that great.
Yeah, of course.
Spectacular is the best piece of Spider-Man media ever, bro.
Across the Spider-Verse clears.
Spectacular Spider-Man clears across the Spider-Verse drastically.
No, it doesn't.
Bombastically.
No, it doesn't.
Colin, you're white. Shut up.
Extraordinarily.
Oh my.
He's not white. Have you seen his nostrils?
Edge of Time clears Spectacular.
All right, John. Let's do this
I
one more
can't
time.
take your opinion
What is your
seriously
disagreement?
because you like Brie
What's my
Larson.
disagreement? Oh.
This guy.
This guy.
I think my disagreement would be that. Hold on.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I would
don't
hold
think
on
I-
to Brie Larson.
Also, get rid of that Klay Thompson profile picture, bro. Don't be disrespecting my boy.
Oh, 0 for 10, bro. 0
No,
for
I'm
10.
just kidding. You can disrespect modern Klay Thompson.
I would piss on his ass.
Yo, shut your bitch ass up. John's trying to speak.
Oh, my bad, John. Go ahead, bro.
Hold on. I need to think of it at the top of my head.
All right.
Oh, wait, no. You're supposed to come
Goodbye.
in with a disagreement.
Yes. So goodbye, Colin.
Not think of it on the spot.
No,
Alright,
let him
man.
cook. Let him cook.
I don't think I have any disagreements. Except
All
for
right,
the
man.
part.
All right. Goodbye.
Hey, I got
See
a
ya, John.
disagreement. I got a
Nice knowing
disagreement.
you,
With, it's less of a disagreement. Oh,
All right,
What a
come
cool
dumpster.
alligator.
okay.
Okay, we need to. All right, give him some time because he clearly rejoined the VC.
Come
for-
dumpster. You are on the line. What is your disagreement?
Jack Kentner, you are on the line.
Join.
Jack Kentner.
Listen in.
Come. Say.
Just call him
Take the
cum
mute
dumpster.
off. Take the mute off.
Okay, you unmuted. We heard you, but then you unmuted again.
He's like
Unmuted.
watching TV.
Hold on. I want to hear what's happening first. Go get off mute and talk.
Yeah, you gotta talk in.
Why?
What? Okay, you're out. You're off. Bye.
Oh hell,
Who
Kaiju.
are these people calling?
Yo, Cod Juice, how's it
Who are
going,
these
man?
people?
Oh, I know what this is gonna be about.
What's up, chat?
Bring the
Yeah.
Shin Godzilla. Bring the Shin Godzilla. Even though we kind of just resolved that. Bring it. Bring it to me. Pause.
Talk. Oh.
Yo, it's not about Godzilla.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay. So here's a hot take, but I honestly think Revenge of the Fallen is okay. Like Transformers
I was
You were off mark. You're
I
off
was
base,
off the
idiot.
mark by a fucking
That is
shit ton. Holy fuck.
This is crazy. Hang on. Okay. So why do you think Revenge of the Fallen is not that bad?
Well, I like the science.
What?
What'd you
Repeat
say?
yourself, so.
It sounds interesting, but won't be executed. Now, I'm very excited about hating this movie, but in reality, I actually think it's fine.
Yeah.
The what is fine?
Okay, I got stuff.
Have you considered that the world doesn't know if the Transformers exist in the movie for some reason? What?
Here's the thing. Logically,
Okay.
Force is great.
Am I the only person that can't
The
understand
forest,
this?
okay, the
no, I
forest
don't
scene is
understand that.
great. That is fair, but what's your opinion on the fact that Optimus Prime forgot to fight and he gets stabbed in the back? Like
What's
an
your
idiot?
opinion on the Autobots leaving Optimus to fight?
You're
a
throwing
1v3
numerous
on the
things
road?
at once.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, stop shot. No shotgunning.
My bad.
Yeah, you
Address the
slow,
one that I
stupid
brought
bitch.
up. Why did Optimus stop fighting Megatron and Starscream after he just killed Grindor? Why did you
He
just
was
forget
getting
to keep
tired.
fighting?
Sunflower. You're just looking for Sam and beside.
Why was he looking for Sam when Sam is already safe, and he would be more safe if you killed the two major Decepticons that are trying to hurt him?
Because.
Let him respond.
Cause logic, man. And...
Well,
Math! Algorithms!
I
Sorry.
swear to
Colin.
I'm sorry.
Cold.
Dumbass.
Oh my god.
wait. You guys don't really understand, right?
We're
What?
trying to. We're really trying to. But you gotta speak more clearly, and you need a much better mic.
The real reason is that Brie Larson was there, so he had to fight. I don't know.
Nah, if Brie Larson
I
was
don't
there,
know
it
what the
made
fuck
his
we're talking
death
about.
more understandable.
Okay. Okay, well she's hot. Fuck you.
Sam!
Okay. Cut down on the banter. This is his disagreement. Cure it. Sir?
Some people have a problem with Optimus killing Demolisher, but
Killing sorry, we're getting off topic, sir. So I want to tackle the point that was brought up first. You brought up the forest scene, and I brought a major issue in the forest scene. Optimus Prime's death was very contrived and not well written. He forgot that he was in a fight and got backstabbed by a big, chunky, loud Transformer walking behind him.
He also
How did he
became
die
deaf.
from that? Stop. All right, Kaiju's. What is your response to that, or do you agree that is an issue in the writing of the movie?
I mean, he was looking for Sam until Megatron just got behind him, and yeah.
So why is he looking for Sam?
Well, maybe. Isn't it obvious he's looking for Sam because he thought that he was probably trampled in that forest fight?
So here's the thing. So he's looking for Sam for his safety. Is that something you would agree with?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you agree if Megatron and Starscream were both dead, Sam would be even more safe instead of risking putting his guard down to die, which would mean that Sam could be vulnerable?
Yeah, that's a fair point.
So you agree Optimus Prime's death, one of the biggest plot points in the movie, is based off of extremely bad writing.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Now do you want to move into the Demolisher? What's your defense for him? What's your defense for him pulling off a war crime and executing a prisoner of war?
Well, think about it. Demolisher just killed a bunch of people on the highway in the opening scene.
He's still defenseless.
Okay. He's still a defenseless prisoner of war. That's still a war crime, and it's still out of character for a guy who says, "I believe in the freedom of all sentient beings," to murder someone who's defenseless.
Well, this is Bay vs. Prime we're talking about. He's just...
Bay vs. Prime believes in these ethics. In the first movie, he would allow Bumblebee to die because harming the opposition would mean contradicting his belief in freedom of all sentient beings, because he knew it wasn't based off malice intent, talking about the humans there.
I feel like the comic book adaptation had a much more better scene because Optimus just killed the Demolisher when he just got landed on top of him.
Sure, the comic book may be written better, but we are talking about the film here. He executed a defenseless sentient being who has the capacity to change because he has sentience. That is antithetical to Optimus's beliefs.
Okay, that's actually kind of fair. I'll give you that.
So the leader of the Autobots is character assassinated, and the major plot point of the movie is based off of bad writing. Do you genuinely think this movie's not that bad anymore?
Nah, I like it because it's a guilty pleasure of mine.
I agree.
Of course, I like it too. But like saying it's not a bad movie is kind of.
I don't even think those two things.
Well, hold on.
I don't even think those two things would necessarily bring it down to bad. I think there's more things to bring up.
Well, there is more things, but why bother when he's already convinced?
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
just question, like, I have a question for Kaiju's, like, how much do you value writing in your, like, criteria for media criticism? I don't know if I'm cutting out, but...
Yeah. Well, yeah, definitely I value it quite a lot. Why?
Like,
So
I'd
there we go.
assume you still like the movie and you don't think it's that bad because you think the action is great and the CGI is great and that kind of stuff. Like, all the Bayverse-isms, like, he's actually good at. Yeah, that's what I call it.
Autism.
Shut up.
The
Bro,
movie's
what?
enjoyable. I think we can all agree that Revenge of the Fallen is a very enjoyable.
Well, hold
movie.
on. Now, I got a question for you, Liam. If Revenge of the
Oh my
Fallen
God.
character assassinates Optimus, basically changing his character, we would agree with that, right?
Oh
Sure.
my
Ooh.
fucking God.
So now in Dark of the Moon, why would he? Why is it character assassination? His character's already changed. That's a question.
Don't do it,
That's
fam. Don't do it.
Doubling down on character assassination. Is that your
Hey,
argument?
hey, comic legend. Let me ask you a follow-up question. How was Sandman assassinated in No Way Home? He was already assassinated in Spider-Man 3.
Exactly. What kind of question is that?
Whoa,
Listen,
whoa,
he's already ruined. So
Wait,
what? So what? He's already ruined. So what's the point? Ruining it more. He's literally Patrick. It's like we get the character assassination and we push it even further.
I love not being able to finish my sentences. It's so fun. That wouldn't make. That wouldn't make.
Liam,
Hold on,
I
hold
will
on.
strike you down like thunder. Beware the
Oh my
power
God.
of my sweaty pits and server muting.
Oh my God.
Stay on
Oh
your
my
own
God.
lane, Liam.
Just mute him.
Yeah, bro, just mute me. You're getting
Am
annoyed.
I allowed to talk now?
No.
Hey, go ahead.
Okay. So, if they changed his character completely and then they just reverted him in the next movie, that would also make not just as much sense.
Not just as much sense. Okay, so let me make this very clear. The movie Revenge of the Fallen does not acknowledge that he's changed. They don't acknowledge that. So as the movie's canon, it treats it, he is still the same guy with the same morals.
It just
They
shows.
just didn't fucking think about it.
Yeah, but they just showed that though.
Yeah, he does an action that's antithetical, but then he's still like, I believe in the sentient of all beings. I
Yeah, where
believe
does he
in
say
protecting
that
the internet,
in-
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, but where does he say that?
No.
Say what?
Where does he say that again?
I'm pretty sure that's actually a line that's brought up in Dark of the Moon. I'm pretty sure it's stated that Sentinel taught him that. That he still stands by it.
Oh yeah, you're right.
In
Goodbye.
theory, at least.
There you go.
There you go. Not bad.
All right. Well,
Okay,
is that it? Is that it for disagreements?
Ooh, I was shaking my booties. You could have saved Optimus from being
Because I got
assassinated.
one
And
more.
Sandman, bro. That's crazy.
At least one more I want
if
to get in.
Sandman, I mean, like if Sandman.
Okay, so that's the end of it. Okay. Thank you for.
I don't understand. Like, what the fuck?
Thank you for coming on, Kaiju. I'm gonna bring in another disagreement.
Oh,
Oh my
God.
fucking God, dude.
Oh, okay.
No, yes.
No, no.
One
Mr.
time,
J.
once.
You're a piece of
SK,
shit.
Once.
I literally
Once.
just talked
Once.
about the troll shit.
Once.
All right.
Once.
Okay, hey.
Fucking.
Okay,
All right.
okay, hang on. Well, we have to hit a middle ground here. Let the other guy,
Yes,
Man
I
Mc
did it,
Mag,
I did it,
yeah,
I did it.
yeah. Thank you.
All right.
Now I side with Colin instead of SK. That's fucking crazy. That is character assassination. This is Bayverse comic legend, dude.
That's inconsistent morals. Literally.
Man. What is your disagreement and tell us why? Man, you are on the line. What is your motherfucking disagreement?
I'm just saying Colin's right. Colin's right about Shin Godzilla. Fuck you all.
Agreement day.
Agreement day. Alrighty then.
Is that it?
Goodbye.
What?
Yo, what if I have a disagreement?
Shut
The
up.
patience. Holy shit.
Alright, you're on the line, Mr. J. Tell us the disagreement.
You're goofy.
Wait, just let it happen.
Hey guys.
Let it happen.
Hey guys.
Let it happen.
Okay,
Shut up.
guys.
Yo.
Let
Stop doing that. Stop.
let necrophiliac speak.
What?
Oh my god. You know, I'm scared right now, mommy. Mommy, these guys are scaring me.
Kick him.
So, like-
kick him.
No.
What now?
Just
Come
say
on
the
now.
disagreement.
Thank
Come on
you.
now.
Thank you, Colin.
Alright, yo.
Disagreement.
If that's
If I have a
Clearly a
disagreement.
troll.
Or
Alright.
if I have a disagreement,
Oh, man.
I have a question for Stir. I'm
I-
raising my hand.
No, I'm going first. Fuck you. So
You wanna fuck me?
Whoa.
Is that what you said?
that's disingenuous. So I was asked this question by Synthwine. He said, what does Comic Legend think of PS1 Spider-Man? The PS1. That
Wow,
character.
What a question. He's fine. I like him.
I think he's fine. I have some problems with him when I looked at it.
Of course you do, SK.
Of course you
Come
do.
on,
Shut the
name
fuck
one
up.
right now.
Alright.
Name one right now.
Okay, I'll tell you. He's crawling on the wall. He sees a helicopter get shot by like some bazooka, falls down, and he does nothing, and he crawls the other way. He does this twice actually in the story. I don't know why. There we go. There are my issues.
Sure.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Sure.
Right.
I don't know what you're talking
The
about.
only thing I've seen from that game is just all the Venom scenes, and they're funny.
Venom, I like Venom in it. He's just
Venom
kind of
is character
stupid.
assassinated.
He's kind of stupid at one point. I've seen people say that this is like they
Venom
got
is
Venom
literally
like
canonically
perfectly.
Stupid in that game.
They got him like perfectly in that game, but like I think the one issue I have with Venom, because his personality's good, how he acts at other points, pretty good. I just don't like.
Assassinated.
I don't
see
like how.
Well, I mean, was he actually gonna even go through with actually killing MJ?
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
drowned.
Well, yeah. Well, the basis is that. Well, you were there at the thing, even though he saw Peter there and he would have recognized him. That's just silly.
Okay.
What if he's just stupid on purpose? Like that's the
My
joke.
disagreement is
I
that
don't-
the
I don't-
story of the story.
I don't believe that.
Okay,
He
as-
saw his face right there.
Yeah, but like the whole point, the whole charm of Venom in that game is that he's really fucking stupid. It's like criticizing Patrick for doing that.
It's
No,
like
but-
criticizing Roughnut for being stupid in Dragons 3, bro.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
but like I think there's a
This
difference
is a very
between there's a difference
universe.
between being stupid and just not recognizing someone's face, someone who was like your arch nemesis. It's
That
like
is
if
an act of stupidity.
Dude, SK,
So
if I
Hold
there's a
up,
difference
hold up.
between being
SK.
stupid.
no.
and being
Okay, let me
stupid.
let me try to outline this to you. So if Rhino goes walking on the street and sees a guy swinging and jumping in front of him, he's gonna assume that's Spider-Man. He's stupid,
No, he's
but he's
not.
still okay. Okay, Dom, thank you.
But Rhino,
You
yeah,
are-
but
no, no,
Rhino-
no,
I think there's
literally
a threshold of stupid where it's like that's a little much.
SK, do you think Rhino's
That just
dumber
seems
than
arbitrary
Patrick?
and preferential.
Rhino's dumber than I don't know. I think
SK is
Patrick's
Rhino.
probably dumber.
Yeah, and like the reasons we can give is like Patrick might not know that Spider-Man. That's like the level we are with Venom. But like his stupidity is supposed to be like comedic, like he's just really, really stupid, and like that's the fun of him.
I feel like this is just like a preference thing, which is fine. But like,
I mean, I think
it's kind of arbitrary to like create the threshold of stupidity in the way you're trying to do it. That's just me.
Yeah,
though.
we're gonna
Not
power
really.
skill.
So he's just really stupid in this universe. Fine, whatever.
Yes, that's the point. Yes, yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Surf the web, surf the web.
Okay.
You're in the deep end now, dog.
But like for next one, we gotta do Joker and Guardians. We gotta do those two. Because
Joker has a problem.
no, don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. I want the raw, fresh reactions when we go through it.
For Stir, I'm raising my hand, Mr. SK.
You're not raising your hand.
We're in a Discord
No.
call, dog. You can't do
Oh
that.
my god, I swear to God, let the man ask his question.
Answer or
Because
ask.
I watched your spoiler-free review.
I'm sorry.
I watched your spoiler-free review
Yeah.
review of Kingdom, right? And you said you liked it. Yeah, right? You liked it a lot.
Yeah,
I do have a question though. What exactly was wrong with May's plan? Is that what you said?
Yep.
So why doesn't it work? Or
Nobody
shouldn't it work?
notices. And okay, so my problem is that not a single one of the apes that should be out there notices them doing anything, and they're not suspicious of them doing anything at all. Like, there's not even a single like guy walking.
You're talking about at night?
Yeah, at night there would be like still people walking around, and they're literally walking around all like with gasoline and putting them at the wall. That'd be suspicious.
Wait, is it not stated like it's really late at night though? And maybe they just don't have guard.
But like, no, somebody wouldn't notice it. Not a single guard would notice the 3 people walking to the fucking dam, the main place.
Wait, is it established they still have guards at that time of day, or that part of like night? I
It's a
mean,
kingdom. It's a kingdom.
Hmm.
It's the main area.
Yeah, that's okay.
I
We
don't-
got the higher intelligence in the other call, bro.
I know. He's not.
debating himself.
no, but like, but I'm saying, is it like explicitly established though? Because like, could this just be a thing where like they don't think they need, like, they're that confident, where they don't think they actually need
I don't think
like a
it's
guard
like
at
that.
that late at night?
Somebody should see them.
Not if they're all like,
Because, like,
not if they're
like,
all in their
also-
beds or
also-
whatever.
also-
Not beds, but you know what I mean.
climb
Don't you
out of
think-
their cage, and there are 2 guards looking at where the humans were, and they don't notice that the humans are gone at all, and they're not suspicious of that at all.
Oh my god. Mr. J is back.
All right,
I
say that
know.
again. I
Nobody-
said something.
Everybody, like, okay, the 2 humans get out of where they're supposed to be, and there are guards watching them. That is established, and they're not suspicious of where they went. They would check on them to see if what's happening, like we literally see that they do, and they get out so that their plan can happen. But the plan cannot work. I'm sorry.
But again, this is like I said, this is when this is already the apes watching William H. Macy's character or whatever, right? I forgot his name. Old man. Yeah. So, but you said like it's established they watch him, but is that during the day? Is that pure, or like when they're not sleeping, obviously, like, or when they're supposed to be
Why would
sleeping?
there not be night guards?
Is that established?
Why? Well, no, that's not what he's saying. He's asking why would we assume there aren't?
The night guard.
They don't think he's gonna. They don't think he'll do it. Especially given wait, hold on.
They're gonna fucking like the night guard. Oh, that's a Freddy's.
Shut up.
Oh my god, I'm trying to talk.
They don't think that the able-bodied girl that they just got would be able to climb out. Okay.
I'm talking about the guy, because he's old and it's already established that he's.
Both of them, because they're watching her, because they keep her in the same place as him.
No, I understand your criticism for. I might even agree with you on your criticism about
I'm not talking about the
them
guy,
not.
I'm talking about both. I'm talking about both.
No, I was gonna mention. Like, I think the guy. I think it's. I'm questioning like, because it's established in the movie that he's pretty it's established that he pretty much 100% trusts in the apes and like he believes.
That's not my problem.
In like.
That's not what my problem is.
No, but I'm saying like, they don't think that because of that information about his character, they don't think he would escape, so they don't feel a need to have guards on him.
Okay, that doesn't apply to May though. Because May is somebody new.
No, I know. That's why I tried to. I told you like,
So then
agree
there's an
more when it
agreement.
comes to May.
Yeah, so it's agreement day.
Yeah.
Oh my
No.
gosh.
My problem
Okay.
isn't with the guy. My problem is with May. May getting out.
Yeah, and okay.
All right, agreement day.
I hate you.
Just guys.
I like how
back.
SK just tried to
Why?
rush that so we could bring in the troll again.
Oh my god, bro. I'm actually like.
Don't make the joke about the guard, Liam. We need to move this.
Mr. J, Mr. J, what is the disagreement? What is the
You
disagreement?
fucking
What is the
hyena,
disagreement?
right?
What is the I want the disagreement.
Alright.
Mr. J, what's
your
the disagreement?
Mr. J?
Alright. Here we go.
Shut up.
You're not Heath Ledger, bro.
Stop. Stop.
Okay.
Heath Lettuce Smeller.
Oh my god.
Superman
If Batman
Isn't that
doesn't
great of
show
a
his
character?
face,
Superman's not
Shut
that great of a
up.
character.
No one talk. Mr. J, what's your problem, bro?
I will
with
go to the
Superman?
hospital.
Go, shut up.
I think Superman's kind of a boring hero.
Oh my god! What
Cool.
year is this? What year is this? What year is this?
Cool. Something you and Colin could both agree on. That's great.
Have you seen My Adventures with Superman?
No, okay. Let's let him finish. Let's let him finish.
Colin, haven't you like literally not seen the?
Shut.
No. From what I've seen of it, I haven't liked a single thing I've seen.
Let's let Mr. J finish. Why don't you like Superman?
You know, I think he's just really boring. You know, his gimmick is
But
that.
What?
He's a incorruptible symbol of hope. Like,
What?
That's boring.
Incorruptible, but tried to kill Darkseid.
What the hell are you talking about?
What do you mean he's incorruptible?
Wait, why would I know about that?
Oh, why would you do your research? So you came in here not even doing your motherfucking research. Get the fuck off my line. Get the fuck off my line. Get the fuck off my line.
Colin. You don't like Tomboy Lois? You don't like cute Tomboy Lois?
She bad as fuck, but that don't make the show good.
Why isn't the show good?
Because
Goodbye.
Colin is copying the opinion of me of that show now.
Whoa.
Mr. E, yes, we can hear you, Mr. Easy. What is the disagreement? Tell us
You're on the line. You're on the line.
Okay.
Okay. Just bends over to the rest of the VC. Just okay. I'll let you do it.
Hey,
I'm submissive.
Yeah, I'm talking about. Yeah, I think I'm disagreeing with Across the Spider-Verse movie.
Uh-huh.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
What
He said
movie?
Across the Spider-Verse.
Said, like the Canon events. I kind of have an issue with it.
What is the issue?
Okay, I'm trying to figure out in that movie what constitutes a canon event because it seems kind of arbitrary in the movie.
What constitutes a canon event is the shared experiences and events within the Spider story.
So how do they translate? Because I was.
How did that translate? It's so like Uncle Ben's death. That's a canon event. If This Be My Destiny, the whole rubble lift. That's a canon event. Spider-Man No More is a canon event. Captain dying is a canon event. The symbiote's a canon event. Those are like shared experiences.
Did you say Captain already?
Yes.
That was like obvious. Yeah. It's not arbitrary. It's literally based on trends, essentially. So it can't.
That's based on trends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
so...
by definition, arbitrary means based on random choice, rather than any reason or system. So.
Okay, but what about the spider that was in the Miles' universe? So,
What about it?
Because technically, in the first movie, you can see that the spider is actually from Miles' universe, and it said that Peter Parker was supposed to stop the machine. So did that constitute a canon event? And if that's the case, then why didn't Miles' universe get destroyed yet?
It's because the canon is capable of course correcting. It doesn't get destroyed after every single break.
It doesn't.
Also, it's heavily implied. Not heavily implied, but like not that they're not real, but canon events are. They're not as real as Miguel is letting on. That's like how I would view it.
Okay, well, what about to that guy, that Indian Spider-Man first then? So, because it seems to me that Miguel's right in this case.
Or he's only sometimes right.
Yeah, he can be right about a lot of it, but not all
The
of
movie
it.
accounts for this.
Okay, so it's been a while since I've seen it. So is there a scene?
You know
where
the
it
part where
doesn't
they're
account
like, sometimes we get lucky?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it's like that. I'm kind of confused though. Wouldn't that still make it kind of arbitrary though?
Not really.
Like, it just happens.
No.
No, you just said it's lucky, so it's kind of random. I'm sorry if I'm being all over the place.
That doesn't make canon events themselves lucky. That just makes the effects of it more lucky, I guess.
It's like a... Nah, never mind.
Yeah,
I was gonna try and compare it to like an outbreak storyline, like an apocalypse storyline. It's like lucky the people who survived.
Yeah, well, that's
yeah.
bad according to Street Smart.
Yeah. You can't have any sort of convenience.
Okay, so do certain people in Spider-Man stories have to die or for the canon event to happen?
Well, they never said that. They never said that literally every single canon event needs to happen to every Spider-Man. They just said that there are very likely things that can break the canon.
And the goal of... Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Miguel is theorizing these kind of events then are not actually set in stone.
Wait, what?
No, I'm saying is Miguel just theorizing these kind of events?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the whole thing is based on a theory, like a scientific theory.
Right.
Like a scientific theory has it's
Studies.
not just like a studies and stuff like that.
Because the way the movie showed it is if like Miguel has been studying this thing for years. Because I read some things that this movie takes place like after 1 year, and Miguel has seen so much during this. So
I don't think
the
Miguel's
movie
been
makes it.
studying it for years.
No, I mean, but I heard the movie takes place 1 year after the
Yeah, you're in the
Yeah.
third.
Well,
Yeah.
that's dependent on timelines and different dimensions.
Oh yeah, that's actually true. That is true.
Like that's the like for example, it's like why does Mayday like look older than how she does?
No. I do think that Miguel's dimension kind of works similarly in time to Miles's because he can like see Miles in his Earth at the same time. Unless that's just like dimensional
Well, that could-
technology that counteracts
No,
that, I guess.
Well, no, I feel like the technology can reroute it to like what's happening. I feel like that's
Yeah, I know, that's what I just said.
No, it's not.
I'm not really sure. The movie, I'm not really sure about it because the movie doesn't really translate. Because it doesn't takes place 1 year after the movie, and the movie shows that Miguel has been doing this like for years, and that's how he knows all of it. I think that would be made more sense if it took place, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 years or so, and that's why he's so pissed off at Miles. But I'm not really sure what to say here.
SK, did you just take
that
a
makes
shit?
sense.
No.
Fat ass. I'm gonna.
You said they needed more time for Miguel to be mad at Miles.
Not more time. I mean, I think it's more of. I think it would have made more sense in the movie where if it was a longer time skip for Miles, maybe like 2 or 3 years or so, for this to make better sense. Because the way it happens, like, so Miguel had a whole family during that entire year. He went to a different dimension to help that to like transfer to that universe. And all this happened in the span of 1 year. And he also formed the entire Spider-Man society within that timeline. And
So the Spider Society was already developed before Miguel lost his family. We see that in like the scene where Peter B witnesses Miguel's Earth falling apart. As far as how long he spent with his family on the Earth, that could have been like 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. Still gives him a substantial amount of time.
6 months?
To build up anger towards Miles, animosity, and do research on the canon theory, or more research.
6 months?
6 months. I mean, I don't know. Like, it takes place for like 1 year. So it's pretty short.
Dude, I swear to God, the brain rot is so bad.
Yeah.
Well, I just said like it could have been 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months.
So does it like depend on dimensions then in this case? Like how similar do these timelines work here?
They don't establish that specifically.
That's how my issue. The movie doesn't really establish like a time frame here.
I don't think it needs to really.
It doesn't need to, man. That's what I was gonna say. Like,
I mean, what do you mean it doesn't need to?
Like, why does it need? Like, why does it need to? Because the premise. This comes off the premise of Miguel gets too mad at him too quickly. Like, that's what you're saying, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's not that he gets mad at him too quickly. It's that the movie is too short for all of this to happen. All of the events that happened to Miguel to be Okay, let me say it one more time. All the things that happened to Miguel, pretty short within the span of that year for him to theorize about all of this. I think that's what I mean. I think it would have been made more sense if it took place after a couple of more years, and him I know he's not technically the leader of the society, performing this theory,
Yeah, but you know, like, a lot of things can happen. Like, even highballing it, let's say it was fucking 7 months. You know how much stuff can happen within the span of 5 months?
I mean, I guess
especially
so,
6.
Yeah, especially 6, like.
I hate all of you.
6 months. 6 months ago.
That's the best part of that movie.
I guess, but I'm just saying the time skip should be a little longer, in my personal opinion,
I guess.
All right.
I guess.
I guess. Ben's over.
Yeah, I know, right?
I guess that's my disagreement.
Alright, goodbye.
Thanks for your time.
Goodbye.
You as well.
Goodbye.
Take these strokes on the way home.
Wait,
Okay.
what?
What is going on?
Is it actually?
What?
Wait, like the general
Hey,
call,
moron,
the
I
general
literally follow
call?
God, not church. Oh.
Oh, what?
That's funny.
Oh my god.
Well, I don't know. I want to know what's going on in the general. Hold on, I'm drag Smokey in here. Let's see, he's been listening. Yo, Smokey.
What's up, Smokey?
Smokey, why are you black?
Goodbye, Smokey.
What the fuck?
Goodbye.
Smokey's a coward.
Let's drag a random guy in here. Let's see what's going on.
Yo, Ham.
damn,
Why is
bro.
your name Ham, but your profile picture is pancakes? What the fuck is
Oh,
this?
no, that's Ham. What are you talking about? Yo, man.
Pancakes, you're on the line. What
Okay,
is
so I
your
actually
disagreement?
put your stuff in.
Guy Ham cakes.
I guess. Okay. Of Spider-Man and Invincible.
Alright.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
What about
Invincible
specifically
season 2.
about Spider-Man?
Okay, for Spider-Man, I want to talk about the characters, like power scaling and how we're writing a little bit. Not just about Vaxi say where they talk about the baby. I'm not in the mood to be.
I didn't.
a
You're gonna have to. Can you repeat that?
Well, okay, I'll talk about Spider-Man first.
No, I
Okay,
just
let's
want to
go
know
for
like
that one.
what specifically about Spider. Like I don't care what we talk about first. I just know what specifically it is. Because if it's Spider-Man 2, no.
Spider-Man 1 actually, believe it or not. Spider-Man 1.
PS4.
No, the first like Spider Into the Spider-Verse.
Okay. Okay.
Oh.
I only have one for Into the Spider-Verse, but I also have some for Invincible.
Okay. Go ahead for Invincible first, I guess.
Okay, so in the comics, a few of the members in the little fight die, correct? Like a few of the members get murdered, but like in a Wizard battle.
What fight?
Are we talking about the comics or the show?
Oh no, this involves the show as well. It's in the show. In the comics, the characters
but I
die
don't
in
know
a
why
Wizard battle.
Yeah, but I don't know why the comics being brought up because I don't really think it's relevant
Okay,
to
but
talk
the
about. The show.
What are we talking about?
It might be well. Okay, so in the show, none of the characters die in the battle against the Wizard. We think they die, but every character is in some way brought back to life. I think that's bad writing, in my opinion. Do you have a counter to this?
Why is it bad writing?
Because I think it takes away some of the stakes of it. For example, I just think it's cheap because I think the show actually feels like, oh shit, you're willing to kill off characters. But then after I realize every character you killed off in some way or another was brought back to life, I now feel like you're just.
I can agree to some extent with that.
I don't think it's.
But also, but where I disagree is,
Brought back
there
every
are
main character.
there are still consequences for what happened there. Rex has PTSD and like he's like fucked up afterwards and he's not himself anymore and that causes a change. The shrinking woman is like in a coma.
I mean, I guess a little bit. Okay, that's actually a fair counter. But the thing is,
I can, but I do agree. It's weird and it annoys me. I think that duplicates make sense, and that's good that they did that.
oh no, Duplicate made sense. She was a character who was like, oh shit, okay, yeah, that was smart. But I think the tiny person.
I wanna. So like, do you think it's an issue that they survived, like on like a meta level, or like? in the story?
Oh no, I think.
Like, do you think it's
I
plot
think in
armor?
the story. Oh no, I think it was kind of not much for armor, but I think it made somewhat sense. But I think they should have killed him off to show like they're
I
willing to
think the
kill
only
off characters.
one. I think the only one that should have. I can agree with you. I think me and Stir kind of agree to an extent with you. I don't.
Ray should have died.
Yeah, I think Shrinking Ray should have died, but
Yeah.
other than that, I don't really. Because
I
there is,
think
like Stir said, there is still consequences,
And
not
also, like,
death, but
It's
like there is consequences.
What I mean is, you got to keep in mind, right? The what's his name? I think Arwen. He was even though we know he's not going to die, you got to keep in mind that they killed him off only for him not to die.
What?
You know, so if they could kill off a character only to bring him back again, and it gets to a point where this is actually going to happen more in the comics as it goes on, believe it or not. So it just gets to a point where I feel like that's just bad writing.
I don't
Kill
think
the
that's
character or
bad
don't.
writing.
That's what I'm saying.
I can't judge it now because the show hasn't done that yet, and also the show also has deviated from the comics quite a bit in some areas, so I don't even know, like, I'm making certain things better, I would say. So I'm not gonna judge it until it happens, and even if it is on a principle thing of like investment, sure, it deserves it, but in the discussion of if it is bad writing or not, I can't agree. Because if it is consistent and it is consistent with the rules, and you are still and it does what it's doing, yeah, that's fine. It might take
Okay.
away from you, that's fine. But when talking about the writing itself, I don't think that's fair.
Okay, then explain this. How did Swintonway actually survive? Because she was either drowning in acid, or she would be like, suffocated, or her bones would be broken.
Acid.
There's no way she could have.
Hmm?
Yeah, because inside the human body there's acid. I'm pretty sure.
In your stomach, there's acid.
We don't even. Okay.
Yeah.
She got swallowed, but that doesn't mean that she necessarily went down into it. She could like literally like.
Be in like his esophagus still.
Yeah, still.
As far as her bones breaking, we don't know how many of her bones are broken, and even if they all broke, it's like they have the medical technology for that. So it's like.
I mean, yeah, I get. But if her bones are so broken, how did she crawl out after what we can assume was about like a half an hour into
I mean, we don't even really know if she. Yeah, we don't. I don't even think. Does she even crawl out, or is it more just like?
No, she crawls out. If you see her body crawl out of the mouth, like the eye.
Then I guess her body wasn't fully broken.
Yeah, but that's like what? How is?
Super durability, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Say okay, fair enough. I just don't think that's good writing.
Why?
I also have a second point.
Wait, stay on your first point.
Explain to me why.
Okay, so in Invincible season 2 episode 1, in season
No.
2,
Stay on the other point. Why are we moving?
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought.
Calm it down, Collins, before I call your dad.
That's crazy.
Okay, then if you want to see the same point, I think we've talked about all points. That's why I wanted to move on. But if you want to keep continuing,
you quite literally just said it's bad writing, and you didn't explain why it's bad writing. If we just gave you a count.
I've already explained it because.
You might cut out.
Yeah, I agree.
Survived, and you said just because. She just survived.
I didn't say just because.
I didn't say that at all.
You, the other one. I think Colin is his name.
I didn't say just because.
You said that she survived, but why did she survive? Like her
Super
that's
durability.
wrong.
I gave the explanation.
Super durability.
What was, okay, sorry. What was the explanation? That's my mistake if I didn't hear it.
Super durability.
Okay, that when the city has that.
What?
Here. What do you mean here? Okay.
In the show, it's never she.
You know, literally every single one of the Guardians of the Globe is like, if they didn't have super durability, they'd all be dead in like majority of the fights, right?
Yeah, I guess, but I don't really see her getting like her head smushed like the same way for other heroes who are sewn doing it. That's never
Your
sewn.
head
You
can
never
still
see
get
Switching
smushed
Blade
even if you have super durability.
I don't like this.
No, I mean.
It is establishing here that she can survive this event. It doesn't contradict anything. It's fine. I don't. Why is this a problem? Why is this bad writing?
I think it's bad writing because if they're willing to make a character who has
Your mic cut out.
Like, then what happens from doing the
Repeat that. Your mic cut out.
Okay, so if they can show a character surviving because they feel like it, then they can make another character who
It's
should be
not
dead.
because they feel like
because
it. You're not listening.
That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying that if they die, if another character just dies, they just don't have enough as much super durability. It's not inconsistent. It's not bad writing.
But how do we know she's invulnerable? Is there any moments in the show prior to this
They
moment?
didn't
that
say
shows-
she.
We
Come on.
literally see that she survives it.
No, before this moment though, when is he shown having super invulnerability?
It only becomes a problem when it contradicts something. So you're not understanding. Like, let's say, hold on. Let's say this. Let's say the beginning of a Superman movie starts, right, and he takes like a fucking nuke to the face, right, without establishing that he has superpowers. It's like they just established, okay, Superman can take a nuke. It doesn't contradict anything. This is what it established.
Okay, but there's a difference, okay? So what if in the beginning of the movie it said Superman can only use laser beams in his eyes and it never mentioned he had invincibility?
Well,
They never said that she doesn't have super durability.
Durability. They don't have
They said her powers was turning small now that she had super strength.
You to prove that there's no super durability, you'd have to prove a negative.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I don't really have much more counters besides that.
Alright, Ham, you're a pedophile. Prove me wrong.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh my
Colin.
Colin.
I'm sorry.
Colin, he might not have context for that joke.
Well, I don't think you need context for proving a negative.
Colin, you're an idiot. Shut up.
Don't do that out here.
Okay, what's a better? Okay, pancakes.
Anything else, brother?
Alright, sorry.
Else.
Sorry.
There's a spaghetti monster out there. Prove me wrong.
Okay, dude.
Yeah, pancakes. You have
Yes.
You have cancer. Prove me wrong. I don't know.
No, I don't
know.
I don't feel like it's a good argument.
Guys, please, I'm trying to have a fucking conversation here, and it's not working, and he's getting pissed off. And
Okay, sorry.
Okay,
You're a murderer.
okay,
Prove me wrong.
Okay.
I am a murderer.
Oh.
Okay, so
Damn.
Okay.
Well, he admits it.
That's a good example. Okay.
He just proved the negative. We've been beaten.
Oh my god, dude.
Sorry, go ahead, Stair. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm fucking fucked up, bro. Okay, so I'm trying to think of an example that isn't like, okay, you have fucking hot dogs for fingers. You have hot dogs for fingers. Let's go with that as an example. Fine.
Yummy.
Okay.
I can't like I'm fucking cooked, dude. It's 6 a.m. and I haven't done this. What are we doing?
Oh my god, dude.
You and me both, brother. You and me both.
We were talking about super durability and if there was proof.
Yeah, so basically what you're implicating onto the show is that she doesn't have super durability, but you have no basis for that.
Okay, exactly. There's no basis why she doesn't have it, so it can be argued that it was just pulled out of nowhere. Can it not be? It was never said so.
Okay, it being pulled out of nowhere doesn't contradict anything, so it's fine.
Well, okay, I have a question then. If a character in a movie, let's just say a random superhero movie, is shown only having the power of ice, and for the entire movie they only use ice, when the end of the movie
what?
The problem is,
just like without any explanation, is that good writing?
The problem is it's
Hold on.
dependent on the context of what is being shown, right?
Well, hold on. Even with the hypothetical you brought, it's like, okay, if
Well,
the damage he endured at the end of the movie doesn't contradict damage he could take in the beginning of the movie, then yes, it's completely fine.
How she survived the lack of oxygen?
Where?
What? There's oxygen in the body.
That's a
If you're like
superpower,
swallowed
I don't
whole
know.
like that?
I think she should have. Well, as a small person, I think it makes sense because it's her power. She can turn
Well,
small.
she grew.
so
She
can
tried to
anything.
grow inside his body, so she's not even like super small. Shouldn't she just suffocate? Especially
No,
with all
she
the blood.
went back. No. She went back.
You're right.
Hold on. First of all, there is
She's
oxygen.
suffocated, you're right.
She's in his windpipe. There's literally oxygen going in and out of that.
Oh,
That's how
okay.
you breathe.
I thought she was in his stomach.
Like we literally established earlier, she's not in his stomach.
My bad.
Okay, but how do you know she's
She
on
goes
the stomach?
big. What do you mean? We see where she is in the body.
Isn't she shown being burnt up, if memory serves, due to the acid. Is that something I'm not like I'm
What did you
making
just
up?
say?
There's not acid in the esophagus. What are you talking about? Unless he has acid
Because
reflux.
if I remember correctly, in the episode, it actually shows her skin burnt up.
What?
I'm just caught off guard that she
Oh,
didn't
might
die.
be
That's
fair.
what I would
That
say.
actually might-
I'll be like,
that actually
wow,
might be
that's
fair
crazy.
if she is
Well, that could just come from a product of her suit ripping when she's inside the body. That doesn't prove that she was in acid.
Okay, her powers now melt her with acid when she gets put into the body. Is that her? Is that your explanation?
That's not what I just said. It's not what I said.
You said her body can be the reason she, like her powers could be the reason she.
How do you know she didn't? How do
you?
you know she didn't rip? How do you know she didn't rip her suit on his bones or something?
Can she
I don't know.
control
That's-
the
if I
exact
have to-
size? Or
Exactly,
Can she
so
only
why
go
are you
normal...
putting- Hold on,
Can she
what?
control her
She can only
exact
control
size,
things-
or can she go like normal or specifically small, or could she like?
She can only
go in
turn to that
between?
size, which is shown in the entire every episode.
Because if she
She's
tries
only
to turn
shown
like
turning
normal
into that
size
size.
inside the body, wouldn't she like literally break? Because she may, even if she has super durability, she's not like she's still going against something that's way more durable, which is like the superhuman big guy or whatever.
Yeah, I
That'd
agree.
still,
I
like,
agree.
snap
Yeah,
her bones
yeah,
and
I
kill her.
agree.
Yeah, and she gets fucking in a comatose state because she nearly dies because of it.
If she was in a comatose state, then why did she only go into that coma state after she got out of the body?
No, because okay, that's so much to dump on me at once. Just give me a second.
Well, the question I would ask is like,
What? Liam, shut the fuck up!
Okay, so first of all, I just
My
want
bad
to
for
look at the
clarifying
scene
the point.
again. Give me a second because I want to establish if the acid thing is true or not. Let me have a look. I'm trying to be fair to you.
Okay.
well, my whole thing was, like it's kind of like okay, if we put her in like let's say an indestructible box and she grew normal size, wouldn't that just completely obliterate her?
That's assuming that she's inside an indestructible box within the body.
Well, here's okay. Well, here's
He's stronger than her, and if her body's weaker than her, and that would happen to a normal body, then yeah, she should have died.
Well,
No,
yeah,
but
her
she's-
body can't. Her
No, but she's
her
still-
normal
no, no, no,
size
no, no.
body can't fit inside him, so she
It,
would literally
no,
just
it,
break, right?
No. We see that her when she grows big, that it objectively morphs his body. So
And when
yes,
he crushes her, what did he crush? He
we don't know
felt a crush.
specifically.
So
Well, yeah, that's
can we
what I
not
was
assume it was the top half of her body because that's where it would be? It wasn't her yank.
Well, did it morph into her exact size?
Yeah, it
What?
did because she's never shown turning
Well, yeah, then I guess like, she has super durability. She's
midget.
fine
She's only
then.
shown turning into.
Yeah, she should be
Yeah,
fine
because
then.
the plot said so.
I was just asking a question, clarifying the point.
Let me pull it. Let me pull. I guess I can't do it because of fucking copyright. So I can't do that. Let me just watch it and then say.
Also, I would say she can damage other superpowered beings, right? The Ant Girl.
Who does he damage? She only damages the
asking-
mid-tier
no, hold on,
villains
hold
and that.
She
Hold on.
only goes like inside someone. That's all I know.
No.
We see that,
She-
okay. We see that she morphs his body, his neck, and fucks it up. And then. We hear crushing, but that could literally be from him in himself, like specifically, because like we see blood is coming out of him, which could be through him as well. It's not really clear there. And then the next episode, let me go to the next episode, where we do see her survive. Let me go there.
Does it amp her
I mean, if
speed?
Well, I'm saying if she can damage other superpowered beings with super durability, then she has super durability. She would need to, in order to be able to damage those people, she would need to take the same amount of force back on her body.
Who's the superhuman she fights before that villain?
I'm
Who
pretty
does
sure she
fight before?
fights superhumans during the scene where the lion guy in season 1 beats the fuck
Yeah,
out
but
of
those
Mark.
guys.
No,
Does she
those
really
guys.
do anything though?
I'm
don't have
pretty
any
sure. I could be.
potential powers, they're not shown being
wrong.
super
Well, I
strong.
could be. Well, hold on. I could be wrong. But even if I was wrong, it still doesn't negate.
There's no acid on her. She's just ripped up a bit because she was inside a guy's body.
As much as what I remember, it seems like she has to like go for like eternal organs and stuff to like kill anybody that's like specifically powerful.
Your eternal organs would be just as durable.
She just, if I remember correctly, she just kicks the shit out of some random muscle guy. But that's just, I guess that's fair. to assume she has better strength, I guess.
Well, even if we don't do that,
Anyway,
there still hasn't been an established contradiction of her durability.
Yeah, that's true. Nowhere isn't any better.
It doesn't. Why does it matter?
Who else has she been defeated by? I guess I would.
Because it can happen again, and if I know it's gonna happen once.
Because what do you mean? What?
Okay, stop saying it's gonna happen again. With what? In a specific case of it being swallowed by a guy and that happening, yet into surviving that, sure, I guess, whatever. Okay, that's fine. Why is it a problem? Superman can get punched and he's gonna live afterwards. Is that a problem? The Superman's gonna
No,
live
because it's
and
established he has these powers.
So is he established? What are you talking about?
They established he could turn tiny. That is fair. If they had said earlier in the show she has enhanced strength and it can turn small.
Ham. Why does it matter when? Tell me why.
You know this. Hold on. You know the show never establishes that Rex has super durability, right?
It shows it. Same thing.
Yeah, and it's showing it in this scene as well. So what's the point?
So the difference is, if they'd shown her just picking up a weight, like picking up a car, that'd be fine with me. But it shows it when it needs to show up the plot, not before.
Ham. Why does it matter when? Tell me why.
Why does what matter when?
Why does it matter when it is established? Please tell me why.
So if Fuzai could actually, it's not coming out of nowhere, because then he can pull someone up out of nowhere. That's my point.
What is the difference? Because okay.
I'll tell you why it matters, okay? The reason it matters is because it came into a scene where she should have died. But
I think I get what he's saying. It's a little bit like pulling out of your ass, because it's like we don't establish before the life-threatening thing happens. It's like the whole idea of like, oh, this guy's about to die. Oh, look, they actually are this powerful or this durable. I can see that. That's a big
Liam,
thing.
the problem I have with that argumentation is that it's very dependent on context, and the context of this is not out of the fucking limits of anything.
Yeah, I'm just saying I see where he's coming from.
I like the
it's
problem.
not. It's not impossible. I agree. It's not possible, but it's still like bad.
I think that.
I think her being a guardian is enough proof that, like, yeah, she probably has super durability, because literally every single person on the Guardians has super durability.
Wasn't there like a test in like season 1?
Yeah.
I think
For their strength who defines the best. Why would they not get people with super strength? But in any case, that doesn't even matter to the point because
the team is mocked.
What?
The team is literally mocked by everyone, literally known for being a shit team. Even home, only
Shit organization. That doesn't have to do anything with the point. That doesn't even counter our point.
Wait. Are you guys saying? Sorry. Are you guys saying that like why wouldn't we hire her if she doesn't have super strength? Is that the argument? Because like shrinking super small is really useful on its own.
No, but she was able to beat other characters.
You don't need super strength. I agree with that. So
She was able to beat
automatically have it.
She was able to beat other characters during that training that would obviously have super durability. That's how she got to the big thing. Like just going small is fine, but she couldn't if she couldn't contend with any of the other things in physical combat, which we literally see her doing in season 1.
I genuinely don't think this is important to the argumentation at all. Can I just get back to the scene? So
Okay.
I would agree with you, dependent on it. Like, okay, there's levels to a Deus Ex Machina, right? I will agree with you on that to some extent. If somebody pulls out of their arse god powers, that would be like very helpful in other situations.
Force lightning with Ray.
Yeah, like exactly.
Ned with the sling rings.
Yeah, shit like that.
I agree with that. I agree with that. As well.
No,
Flying
actually, because
Spider-Man.
it's established that he has magic in his.
Harito, please be quiet.
On Gia.
I think that I don't care. Like, let's just say that. Fuck whatever. In any case, right? There's levels to it, and a superhero having super durability, on a team that is like of the greatest series that got trained and all, the whole training thing that got through all of the stuff and did all this thing and survived as much shit as she's done at this point. On top of everything, it not needing to explicitly be established up until this point, it's fine. I don't think that's a problem because it's not out of the biggest thing out of left field. You're being
Wait, isn't the leader of the Guardians of the Globe like? Is he literally powerless?
Oh.
Yeah, he's literally the robot.
What?
Robot? What? I don't
The guy
robot. It's like
No,
a black
Samson.
guy.
No. Samson has
the guy
powers.
Jonathan Samson?
Jonathan Samson?
The robot. Yeah, he has no powers. Exactly. Thank you. He has no powers,
Well,
but
he
he
start-
joins it.
He does
Wait, he
have
start-
powers. Hold on.
I thought he
hold
started.
on.
Didn't he like start without powers?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
no, he didn't have powers, but he had a mech suit, which gave him powers.
Oh, okay.
So exactly, he has the power to turn tiny, so he doesn't need invulnerability.
Oh, but that is not equivalent at all, man. You are being so unfair. Fuck off.
Guys, Iron Man doesn't have powers and he's not effective because he's in a suit.
Okay, let me ask you.
What was
I didn't
that?
say he wasn't effective. What are you talking about? I'm not saying they're not effective because they don't have invulnerability. I'm saying it's different.
I thought he just opened up with getting his ass kicked in their first mission. In fairness to what Ham is saying, I'm pretty sure that was what happened in season 1, right?
But in any
Jonathan
case,
Sampson literally is like, "Yeah, let's do this."
Yeah, but the original argument was
Ant-Man is how the Avengers and doesn't have to be strength.
Yeah, but the original premise is that what's his name doesn't have powers. Fucking Black Samson, Jonathan Sampson, doesn't. He doesn't have powers, but he literally has a mech suit that does grant him abilities. Yeah, it's like Iron Man.
I want to have.
Yeah, Darkwing also has a mech.
Okay.
Darkwing also is his suit amps him.
When does it say that?
Okay, but Ant-Man in the comics isn't someone being super strength. In a movie, for example, it shows him being able to turn tiny. Not super strength. He has a strength of a normal dude.
Okay, Ham, give me a sec. Wait, when does it say that Darkwing is like enhanced with his suit or whatever?
It doesn't say. Hold on. It doesn't say.
Oh my God! Let Colin speak.
It doesn't say that about Darkwing in the first season. It does say that about his sidekick though in the second season. But
yeah,
even
he get
not,
it up.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
an upgrade.
Wait, no. Even without using the second season, I still think it's reasonable to assume just based off the first instance of Darkwing in combat. Sorry. First instance we see of Darkwing in combat, it's like obviously he's surviving things like, you know, no fucking normal human is surviving. He like obviously has enhanced abilities.
Give me an example.
You know the tank.
What?
He's like throwing hands with the Maulers, and he like, you know, he's holding up a tank and shit from crushing on them.
That one throws hands with dark side. Doesn't mean he has powers.
Yo, Colin, JP said he has a counter. He might hop in soon.
JP can join. I don't know why he's messaging me.
He's letting me know like ahead of time.
Why is JP being polite?
Well, no, I'm saying if he's
common courtesy.
No, if I say something, it just immediately goes.
Hey JP, what's up?
Hey, what's up, bro?
Yeah, it's just me. I was hearing what y'all were saying. I just had a quick counter. I just wanted to say just real quick that I can bring up the example of people who have super durability that don't have super strength at all. Cole McGrath, Delson Rowe, and Fetch Walker from the infamous games. They objectively have super durability by jumping off of tall buildings and not getting hurt. They can take bullets, rocket launchers, own conduits powers, which is just it's never measured how hard it is, but if it's enough to blow up a car and conduits can take it and be like, that hurt, let me heal, and then that's it. That means they have super durability, but none of them have super strength. Cole can't walk up and pick up a car with his bare hands. He has to use a kinetic pulse to pick it up. He can't pick it up with his bare hands. So there are people who do have super durability that don't have super strength. That is a thing. That's all I wanted to come here and say. That's it.
Okay, but how does that matter to the conversation?
What?
How does that? I heard this dream. You said that you said how does she have super durability if she doesn't have super strength? You try to imply that people
JP, check DMs.
Okay. That's really not super strength, Liam. I'm be honest with you. Like I guess I can see someone like The Rock doing that. Is it called lifting with your legs? Dude, for real, that doesn't that doesn't look super heavy. Like
okay, for the characters who have no super strength but are some being invulnerable to shit in those games and shit you mentioned, that's simple. We were bad writing because they just don't want you question it. But I've seen the movies where a character survives something realistically no human being would, but it is a normal human. Suspension of disbelief. I think those are bad writing, but it is what it is.
You still haven't established why it's bad writing.
Because he survived because the plot said so.
That's not a point. You can't just say X without cementing it. And
Because I feel like it takes away some of the. Okay, for example, imagine
That's a completely different argument.
No, you explain. Imagine Iron Man dies in Endgame, but then he comes back in the next movie.
That's a completely different argument. That's a different argument.
That was the argument.
Well, honestly, that
that's
could
how
have
the
happened.
argument started.
No, that's a different part. That is a completely different part of the argument.
But that's how the argument started.
Yeah, but we moved on to a different part of the argument, so I don't know why you brought that up.
Because he keeps asking me when I have a problem with it.
Yeah, but oh my god, we're asking why is it bad writing?
Moving to the original bit of the argument.
Specific instance. In this instance specifically. I'm asking in the context of this, and you keep using other examples. What is this? What are you doing?
Okay, the reason I don't like it and the reason I think it's bad is because the characters should not have survived. They should not have survived for the plot that they should
I don't
have.
care.
How is
I'm
it
sorry,
because
I'm sorry. I don't care what you like. You're saying it's bad because it doesn't make sense, correct? You haven't provided a reason as to why it doesn't make sense.
Your reasons provided were just because.
No,
because
okay.
he's supposedly wrong.
So you just didn't listen to anything, okay?
I did listen.
Okay, stop. Colin, shut up. Okay, this is starting to get unproductive now. So, are we still on Shrink Ray not dying? Is that what we're talking about? Just to be clear.
Yes.
All right. So, let's start. Let's find a better start. Let's find a better start instead of yapping at each other. So, Mr. Ham, so do you believe that she has super durability? I'll ask that.
No, I have no reason to believe that. It's never shown.
So you do not believe she has super durability? All right.
No, it's never shown before. So.
All right.
Real quick, I'm gonna have to go now. I have some things to take care of. I'm just gonna make clear
You
real
have
quick.
a wonderful night, SK.
You too. Next ones are Joker and the Guardians trilogy, so come ready with those, everyone.
Oh
But
yeah, SK. We still gotta plan that Miles Morales one.
We do. We
Just
do.
me and you. Just me and you.
That's right. No Collins. No.